Two wild Yinzers kicking through the door, loud like a jag off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old.
Yeah, baby. That's right. We're going to welcome back everybody today. We got a big show. Today is Victory Friday for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome back to the show. Yeah. This is episode 1015. Welcome back, everybody. This is Victory Friday. Glad to see you. Glad to be here. My God, I couldn't be any happier, to be honest with you today. Lots of things to get into and dig into today about last night's game. I think we're going to be in a good mood. Mike, how are you?
A little bit of a good mood, brother.
All right, good.
The positives very much outweighed the negatives from yesterday. So I am flying high, brother.
Yeah, I am too. We got a lot to get into, Mike. A lot of good, some bad, but yet still too early, in my opinion. Long ways to go. And I'll get into what I mean here in just a few minutes. I don't want to deflate anybody's tires or anything, but again, it was these two quarterbacks, of course, are young gentlemen who've played against third, fourth, probably fifth stringers and guys that won't even make the UFL next season. So we'll get into that and so much more. But there's not any reason to be less happy and excited about what we just watched last night. Again, there was a lot good, lot bad. It was preseason game one. The Pittsburgh Steelers did win this game 28-9 over the Green Bay Packers. We have a date with the New York Jets in 1 week from today. Right here at Acrisure Stadium. So, guys, I mean, the train is moving. Again, I think there's so much to take away from this. I think that the main story, again, I didn't listen to anything, but it seems to me that it's going to be the play of Drew Allar today. We're going to get into that and so much more, but there's a lot that went into this, Mike. And again, looking at all the pieces that we need to look at, and instead of watching the game as a football game, it's different because you're watching personal assignments. You're watching one-on-one. And again, I don't want to deflate anybody because there's no reason to be deflated. We have lots of good reasons to be in a good mood. But again, we've got to remember where we are. Preseason game one, four stringers, second half. A lot to get into, guys. Lots to get into. Welcome to the board. Welcome to the show. Glad to see everybody back today. It is Victory Friday. So much to get into, Mike. We're welcoming back the grading, the positional grading of the game. That comes today. Also, we're going to give out the game ball. So much stuff to talk about. We're going to dive into this game, into the numbers and everything, but I don't want to do anything until I say what's up. What's up? What's up? Jumping on the board bright and early. Richard in the house. He says, Happy Victory Friday. That's right, my friend. Happy Victory Friday to ya. Great Friday, Jello Donut in the Heezy, baby. Always great seeing Jello in the house. Finchy, he says, Drew Crew is taking over Pittsburgh. And this is what I mean. You got to remember, Kenny had a pretty perfect preseason at one point, and that was against first stringers. Just putting it out there, guys. A lot of people already have our franchise quarterback named. And I got to be honest with you, we're going to talk a lot of good about him. he played better than the other quarterbacks. But again, very, very early still, guys. So we got to take it in stride. Again, Mike, we did win game 1 of 20. The 20 games that, in fact, are scheduled for us. 1 down, 19 to go. We won 1. And I'm going to be honest, Mike, if I'm going to make any predictions, my prediction is going to be this. Little Joey Packer boy isn't going to be back today.
I don't think so. Or he'll be back
he just walked through the door. Hold on. Joe. All right. Joe, are you in the house? Can you hear me? How was your game, buddy? It's just as I was saying, I don't think he'll be here. But let me get through the board. I don't know what kind of pace Joey's going to be on here, but Joey is in the house. Of course, you got to remember yesterday the Packer fan that just kept telling us how bad we sucked. We'll talk to him as the show goes on. But welcome back to the show, everybody. Glad to see you today. Glad to be back. 1015th show of the two Dum Yinzers. So much to get into. And it's good to be back into the games. Because, of course, these shows write themselves at the end of the day, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready to talk football games, stats, numbers, and all above, guys. So many things. Let's get back on the board right here. Let's go to Tortilla. He says Homer needs to go back to the WNBA. Say what you will about Homer, but he certainly had a lot more opportunities to show off his skills than Caleb Johnson did. We'll get into that as well. Richard says this: the quarterback play did not disappoint. It did not. Between the 3 quarterbacks, it was an amazing game. If you put their numbers together as a whole, that was one hell of a football game by our 3-headed quarterback, guys. Let's go right here to Sick Jones from across the land. Sick says, good morning, motherfuckers. How about them Steelers? Let's fucking go. Wonder if Fudgepacker Joe is going to show up today. Fudgepacker Joe is in the house. Quiet today. Not surprised, but welcome back again with the terrible towels. TJ Watt emojis. Looking great, guys. Great to see you, Sick. Finch says, Aaron who? Finch says, Aaron who? Let's go here to Corey Don't Drink That. He says, Ayo, here we go. Steelers, all the quarterbacks played great, and Allar looked like he has promise, but try to keep it in perspective. Great start, though. And that's what I'm just trying to be a realist as well. I mean, everybody's really excited. Everybody has Drew Allar winning the Super Bowl MVP at this point. And again, I think it's still a little premature for these kind of things. Mike?
I got the gold jacket on pre-order.
Hey,
granted, it might end up next to Chad Okocinco's pre-order, but it's there. It's coming.
I do want to say, Joey says, I can't believe it. We lost. You didn't lose. You got your ass kicked. You didn't even score a touchdown. But great to have you back, Joe. It is great to have you back. Even better because we won. But nice seeing you, Joe. I hope things are going good for you, sir. Let's go right here to RB. Just my opinion. Allar looks levels better than Howard. The arm talent gap is glaring. Christopher's my man. Spending a lot of time at ground zero. My man knows how to spend a vacation. I love it. He says, hey, Yins, we put the smackdown on those cheeseheads. We sure did. We sure did, Chris. I got to be honest with you. Don't it feel good waking up today? Yesterday was excitement. Today you just feel good. Victory Friday. It doesn't matter what, who, when, where, when, why, whatever. Oh, whatever. That could be in one of the W's now. I'm like, who, what, when, why, whatever.
Whatever.
It just doesn't matter, guys. Again, Victory Friday always feels good. It almost feels as good as Victory Monday. We'll be there before you know it. Let's get down here to Raul. Raul says this: Drew looked damn good, and I agree with you. And again, don't get confused by the way I'm talking so far. I'm going to talk honestly about all these quarterbacks, and I got to be honest with you. I'm just as excited as everybody else about Drew Allar so far. So keep that in mind, guys. Let's go right here to Corey. Corey says at RB, yeah, I thought that a little bit, but Howard looked good too. Also getting Mr. Howard. Jello Donut says Mr. Mike McCarthy said today they viewed Allar as a first-round talent in the draft, and the Steelers quarterback room is very talented and a great room to be a part of. I think we would all agree with that so far, especially what we've seen in preseason game 1. Again, when we're playing season game 20, this is when this is what I really am focused on. So again, a lot to get into before we get to that point, guys. But again, a lot of encouraging, a lot of good that did come out of this game last night against the Packers at home, opening up the preseason here in the on the North Shore last night, guys. Let's go to Finchy. One more. I'll throw it right back at you. Finchy says this. Also, Gabe Rubio's a beast. Yeah, Mike.
I was going to say the dreaded first-round grade on a third-round quarterback. Where have I heard that before? Mason Rudolph, Kevin Colbert. Oh, we had a first-round grade on him. every time I hear that about a quarterback taken in the third round, I pump my brakes a little bit.
All right.
I don't want to get my hopes too high, but they're already sky high, baby.
We're going to be touching on the rookies today. We're going to take a look at how every rookie played. We're going to look at the numbers, break it down. Also, grade the positions, position battles, surprises, winners, losers, everything today here on the show. Let's go down to RB. He says, this Allar looked like a professional the entire time. Howard looked like looked rattled a few times. I agree. I mean, we all watched the same game. I think we're pretty much all going to be on the same level today, but I think the big picture, we just kind of have to pump the brakes a hair. Again, preseason game one, Kenny did blow through 3 preseason games against starters again. So a lot to get into today. Let's get to right here where Bingo in the house. Great to see my man Mason and Roman can start packing as far as I'm concerned. Roman, I'll get more into him today as well. We're going to get into a lot, actually. RB says seeing Howard's arm talent in real action against NFL talent was kind of alarming to me. I don't think he is enough zip to be a starter. And I said the exact words to Mike. A little airy on his passes. A little loose compared to what Drew Allar was zipping around the field. But again, at the end of the day, if Drew Allar wasn't there and we just watched Will Howard, how would you feel about Will? Would you think that he looks good? Would you think that he looks like he's in the running? Again, if Drew Allar didn't play, do we think that Will Howard looked any better than what he did? I don't know. Again, we will talk about that and so much more. Let's go right here to Bingo. Bingo says his first preseason game or not, way too many penalties. And of course, that carried over. This was no news. We heard at practice that this was going on. And Fatanu, the name that we spoke about from practice, carried it over personally.
Yes, he did.
Into the game. And I'm kind of curious, what's his deal? Is it the switch of sides? Who knows? Who knows what's going on with him? But one thing we also have to remember, they did mention on the game that preseason game ones are officiated as tightly as they get. They're trying to set the groundwork. They're trying to lay the groundwork to say, hey, guys, it's time to tighten it up. And then I think it loosens up a little bit as you go. But again, you have to set that up at the very beginning just to say, okay, this is how the penalties are going to be called. You guys got to deal with it. Let's continue to go right here to Raul. Raul says this: Howard won more games in one season than Shodor did in 2 at Colorado. Yeah, and you know what? Sanders got his number retired too. Let's go right here to Corey. Corey says this. He says, bingo, yeah, we need to trade Mason to Arizona while we can. The beckoning is injured right now.
The beckoning.
Let's go right here. Joe, great to have you back in the house. I'll get back to you in just 1 second. Let me work my way down. Bingo says Kenny also threw a touchdown pass in the playoffs, and we went on to get a ring. I'm sorry. Right here. Yeah, but it wasn't, come on, Kenny. Let's go to end of days. Drew Allar will be the starter next season. Joey dropped the ball. Tortilla says, what's up, Tortilla? What's up, end of days? Tortilla all the way from Sacramento, California. Great to see you. As always, my friend. And end of days as well. Bingo says this. Yes, don't drink that package with Roman for a 6th and a bucket of chicken. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says that Bingo wonder if they'd be dumb enough to give us Marvin Harrison Jr. Laugh my ass off. Celadona says Packers fans in shambles. You got the Lions and the Bears too. Good luck. Oh my. Let's go here to 6. 6 says I got a TJ jersey. I got a TJ jersey for you, Joey. Come on over to the dark side. Nobody wants to be called a fudge packer. You're right. Let's go here to Finch. Finch says, I don't think Drew is actually the greatest ever, but it feels good to be hype after a win. Our fan base needed a good start to a preseason. Get hype. And again, it was nice to see an offense moving around. And you know what? Half of the offense wasn't even playing. So again, just some good, a good look into the future here as we head into the second preseason game against the Jets 1 week from tonight. Bingo says this. He says, I'm not sure we have the cap for Harrison Jr., but it would be amazing though. Christopher's from Ground Zero. Brandon Smith left the field with some discomfort. I was hoping it's nothing to worry about. Yeah, he was minimal. Catcher too. Mark Malone, the man with the mustache in the house. He says, we're going to play offense this year, homies. I think we are. Joe says this, our week 1 game against the Vikings is a dub. Packers, more than likely. I would pick Green Bay in that game. Also, guys, don't forget we do have the CBS Pick'ems coming up when the season does start. When the regular season starts, you could go and sign up now. If you go to our main page right here on YouTube, or just click this logo of ours right beneath me, the fist with the microphone, and it'll take you right to the main page on our YouTube page. And at the very top in blue, there's a blue link. It says something along the lines of CBS Sports Pick'ems, yada, yada, yada. Click on that. It takes 30 seconds or less to get signed up. And there's a handful of people, a lot of people from last year coming back. And you could get in on the Pick'ems week by week. There's no cost. Just a lot of fun. Bragging rights. RB won last year. Everybody's aiming to shoot RB down this year as we try to get back into this CBS Pick'ems, guys. Again, just get right here on our main page on YouTube. Like I said, click this logo right beneath me. It's going to take you right there. Hit the blue link at the very top and sign up. And again, in less than 30 seconds, and you'll be set and ready to go. Again, there's nothing, no obligations, no money, anything of that nature. Just a lot of fun during the season. Let's move along. Let's go right here to Corey. Don't drink that. He says, at Finchy, yeah, I think Drew Allar did exactly what his draft position warranted. A four-stringer balling out against other four-stringers. He's definitely looked comfortable. Listen, if I have to pull any beef from this, it's that. And that's all. It's only that from the Drew Allar experience. It's just, the competition level was mighty low. So, again, maybe he moves up that chart and gets some first half play perhaps against the Jets. Who knows? But, again, still a lot to get into. Nonetheless, every quarterback looked good. So we're going to keep that, keep the spirits high. Yinzer Joe says, what's up? Yinzer's great seeing you, my man. Always great seeing Yinzer Joe on the terrible board. He says, Asante Samuel Jr. is him. Trey JPJ. And Asante looked very good. He looked very good early on, breaking up some passes. Again, looking like he belongs in a football game. Jello says this. I agree, but like some others pointed out in the chat, Allar has some zip. Absolutely, there's not one single doubt about it. I'm never going to contest that. The zip on the man's passes were wonderful. I'm watching it just as many of you were, and I'm thinking, my God, I love this. He looks confident. He don't look confused. He's reading things. He's finding open guys. He's zipping it in there. In his very first play in the NFL, goes for 74 yards. So again, don't mistake my demeanor early in the show. We do have a poll up on the board, guys. How do you feel against Mike McCarthy's performance so far? Damn good, fair, bad, or too early to tell, guys? Jump in and get in on the poll on the board. Again, how do you feel about Mike McCarthy's performance so far? Seeing him after his first game, seeing him after his first camp. Still a few more days at camp. They go home on Monday, Mike. They wrap it up on Monday and then go back to the south side to start preparing. But there it is, guys. Jump on. Do hit that poll up. Let us know how you feel about Mike McCarthy so far.
It's early, but, like Ryan said, off-season, draft, training camp, the first game, stuff like that, man. Let's see how Big Mac is doing.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Let's get to some opinions. Let's see how everybody feels about this. Let's go right here to Mark Malone. The man, the myth, the mustache says this. It looks like somebody left the Big Johnson out in the cold. You know what happens when a Big Johnson gets cold? Yeah.
Mark Malone's there to warm him up.
well, that and it shrivels, but we could go.
Mark's been riding the Big Johnson for a while now, and
those are two very good answers. So whatever way you slice it, again, guys, hit this poll up when you walk in or while you're here on Mike McCarthy. Curious to see how everybody feels. Let's go back to Joe. Joe says this: we're being back next week against the Denver Broncos, where we are going to win. We'll see. Denver was really close to being in the Super Bowl last year if it wasn't for an injured quarterback. Should be a good game. But again, preseason, I think you'll be all right, Joe. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. We got Packer Joe and Yinzer Joe.
It's a lot of Joes.
Let's go. Yinzer Joe, he says, it was good to see a lot of plays over the middle of the field for sure. JPJ is the GOAT, my man. I disagree. I say you're the GOAT, Ty. But you know what? We'll compromise and say JPJ. But you know what's up. Great to see you, my friend. I know that you had a nice night last night. A lot to get into. Anybody else see Cody in the front row? Did anybody see the guy with the sombrero sitting in the front row? I don't know how many times I pointed out to Mike. I said, "Hey, Mike, there's Cody. There's Cody in the front."
I was like, "No, that's Tortilla."
Tortilla. Oh yeah, it could have been Tortilla and Cody because there was two.
Could have been both.
It could have
Those
been
sneaky
both.
bastards. They snuck in and didn't tell anyone.
Yeah. They treated it like it was the border. They snuck right in. Just kidding, them, my friends, of course, on the board. You know I love you. You know I love you. Let's get back at it. Let's go right here to DW1 Jet. Welcome to the show. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Great to see you on this Victory Friday. He says, oh, man, did I miss Overreaction Friday to Allar against third string defense? I'm right there with you. I made sure I laid that foundation early. We will talk about his good performance, of course, but again, it is preseason, and I made sure I wanted to prelude the show by making that known because, again, I'm seeing people they are sizing up the Hall of Fame jackets here in Pittsburgh for the young man. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm excited. I'm just as excited as everybody else is, but again, you have to stay grounded. Kenny, if Kenny did anything, he taught me a lesson.
No, now is my time to get excited, okay?
And again, I'm not taking anything away from you. You know I like it. I loved what I seen. And again, I'm just trying to be fair as always.
Yeah.
Let's go here to Aaron. Aaron Jade, my man, with the Rockets in the house. Always great seeing you. The unofficial flag, perhaps, of the show, Mike, right there with the here we go, Steelers and the Rockets, the unofficial flag of the show. And again, when Aaron was down and out, Ty picked that flag up and he marched with pride and he carried it strongly. So I love it, Aaron. Always great seeing you, my friend. I know that you enjoyed the game last night as well. Tyrone says, told y'all Bernard looked nice. I got some opinions on him as well. We're going to talk about everybody today. Christopher says, don't look now, but Broderick Jones played well. He sure did. I seen Dylan Cook getting eaten up a few times. But again, the offensive line was a whole other story. We'll get into that as well. Corey says this at Ty. I was so hyped to see Bernard. I couldn't wait to come here today and see your reaction. I didn't disappoint. That's it's crazy, Mike, because again, we were watching the game and I kept, when something happened, we're like, oh, I bet you Ty like that.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how tight this community has gotten over time. And it's wild. But yeah, I agree with you, Corey. I agree. I was thinking the same thing. Let's go right here to D-Dub. D-Dub says, let the overreaching begin. Absolutely. It's, as I said, that's going to be your main topic through the weekend. I promise you. They'll be sizing Drew up for that Hall of Fame jacket by the end of the weekend. I promise. Again, I can't say that I'm not excited about it, but again, Kenny taught me. Kenny taught me well. Him and his little hands. They taught me a little lesson. Let's go to Kenneth. My man, always great seeing Kenneth on the board. Clean up the penalties. We got something. Absolutely. Absolutely 100%. Penalties got to stop. Penalties got to stop. They got to stop. And especially from your veterans who now, again, I mean, Fatano is a veteran after this many years, and he is predicted to be one of the better offensive linemen we have.
Yeah.
Big breakout. A lot of people talking about Troy. So he does have to clean up a lot, actually, because, again, this carried over from camp. It wasn't just game. It wasn't just nerves. This was a problem in camp last week leading up to, and then also a problem last night. So, again, certainly Mr. Fatano and company gotta get it together, of course. Raul says this, another local quarterback the Browns missed out. Wouldn't that be great? That's that's an even better part. Let's just say Drew is our next guy. Our two last franchise quarterbacks would both be from Ohio. And if he would then go on to dominate all those Ohio teams, it would just be like this just continues and it just goes on. And it's just us being the Steelers, being awesome as we always are. And it just is what it is. And also, I want to see Tater. Where the hell's Tater? His 49ers lost to the Titans yesterday. Albeit it was preseason, it was still the Titans.
But still, yes, it was the Titans. We gotta give him shit.
The one guy, my one thing I was looking for yesterday was, of course, Caden Weegan. Mike Weegan, as Mark Malone said, is going to be a real asset for us this year. I don't see anything that tells me other than that. A few things I was watching for him was his fluency, his vision of the field, and I seen it a little bit in the kickoff. But when he caught that pass and went for 74 yards, I realized he could probably be something special on this team. And if he could break something and find a crease on return, and that is becomes the result what you've seen on that pass play, I think we got something there as well. And as a matter of fact, I think we cracked the code, actually, because somewhere in the hills of North America, they manufacture undersized white football players. And they are it's like a mystery. Nobody knows where to find them. The only person that had the key for years was Bill Belichick. Hey, here's Wes Welker. Goes out. He's awesome. Goes somewhere else. He sucks. Julian Edelman looks basically just like him. He goes out there out of nowhere. He's amazing. I think we found one, Mike. I think Mike McCarthy, he figured out where that mountainside is. He went in there because Weegan certainly falls in that category. Weegan is a Tom Brady era New England Patriot. He really is. That's the way that the guys they found play. So I'm excited about that, of course.
Dude, I loved, like you said, his confidence that you and I were talking about that on
he didn't look like a rookie.
And kick returns. No, he tells someone this is what he has done for years. And I like the fact that as soon as he caught the ball, he made the decision like, okay, this is where I'm going to go. And he went there, whether he was going to get hit or not. And even when he caught the ball, you can tell he was bracing for a hit, but also getting ready to explode at the same time. I like that about him. A kid looked fearless back there. On that one return where he tried to loop all the way around, I like how the coach was like, no, that ain't going to work at this level right now. And that's why we got the penalty. And then next time he was out there, he didn't do something stupid like that. I like that team's coachable. And for a guy who only had 23 career snaps at wide receiver, he looked comfortable.
You know what? Okay, yeah, we'll get into that. Let me break through some more.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Let's go to bingo. Too early to tell, but ultimately, although those mental mistakes come down to coaching. Let's go right here to Jelladona. Jella says this: there was a blitz the Packers sent at Allar, and one came unprotected. Allar got out of it first. He picked the correct hot route. Thought that was pretty impressive. Yeah, like I said, there was a lot of impressive things that went down last night.
If you watched any Penn State football, that's what he struggled with. As those guys coming at him in pressure breaking down. And I think McCarthy or Tom Moore said this earlier in the week of like he's trusting his mechanics and his footwork to get him out of situations like that. Yeah. And that's helped him develop other parts of his game, just trusting his mechanics. So like when that pressure's starting to come, he knows I'm just going to just do what I need to do. Find my guy, not worry about how I'm moving or anything. It's nice to see what they're saying in practice actually happen out on the field.
Absolutely.
Love to see that quick development and growth.
And I have to say also a couple of things here. I mean, the problem, I'm not going to get into the penalties right now. I don't even want to. It's Victory Friday.
Yeah.
Penalties are something that happens to every team, and especially early on. So again, I'm not too concerned about it. If you can't get pre-snap penalties taken care of by the time the season kicks off, then we'll have a conversation. But now again, it's not the best thing, but there's a lot of good things going on with this team. Again, fixing pre-snap penalties should not be a big fix. I got 3 weeks to do it. So as of right now, I'm still cool with it. Again, this didn't come up till later in the week this week anyway with these issues at practice. So again, I'm not jumping on it yet. Just as I'm not jumping on the Drew Allar Hall of Fame train, I'm trying to stay grounded here to get perspective. Let's go right here to Corey. Corey says, I didn't actually watch the game. I had to watch the preseason version on Red Zone, and I saw our line couldn't protect Mason that well. I think I saw him go down twice. I don't know who played the O-line. Everybody was there. Frazier was there. Fatanu was there. I read before the game that a couple of those guys weren't going to play. In fact, they did play. A lot to get into. Corey also says this, Mikey says, but that was ugly to see. That might be Mason holding on. Well, yeah, I agree. There was a couple times when Mason certainly held the ball on too long. If anything, throw the ball out. Throw it out of bounds. Get rid of it. He's still kind of at that deer in the headlights look. The way I describe him every single time he plays. How do you stand there so long with the ball in your hand? You know these guys are fast. You know they're coming right at you. But Mason, he just stands there, man. You got to respect that.
For what I saw, he was standing in there, and he was still scanning downfield looking for the throw, and he trusts his arm to be able to get it off quick last second into a tight window. That's how on one of the sacks was he held on to too long because he thought he could get it in there. I think he was waiting for Jeremy to flash open because he had him for a big gainer, but it was just a split second too long. But there's others when he sat there and guys were about to collapse on him, and he got it off of the flicker of the wrist for a big gain. So that's Mason Rudolph in a nutshell. I'm going to sit there, give my guys time, and then get clobbered one way or the other.
Well, another thing, yeah. And another thing, he was playing starters. So something, I mean, you have to, it is what it is. I don't think all these opinions are wrong, but at the end of the day, you have to consider the competition with all the quarterbacks the whole way down through the list.
Yeah.
So, and we'll do just that. Let's go right here to RB. RB says this. It's still too early to tell, but after one preseason game, I've seen more complex and NFL level schemes on both sides of the ball in one game, and that was vanilla. You know what I mean? It was basically black and white last night. You're going to start to see more be exposed over time. But again, you're right. I mean, it was fun. It was fun. That was fun. And to not worry about losing a game because you don't want to lose because it has so much riding on it. Watching preseason is it's a different beast.
Oh, I had a blast.
You can enjoy it no matter what's happening. If Green Bay is kicking, 35 field goals or whatever the hell it was that they managed to do during this game, who cares? It's preseason. If we get sacked, you know what? I'll be okay. We'll be okay. It's preseason. It is a whole different beast. Let's go here to the original OG, Yinzer Joe Mike. He says, might as well trade JPJ, Asante, Samuel, locked. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to badmouth JPJ, but Asante looked damn good.
Yeah, he looked, like the corner we thought he was going to be before that neck injury out in San Diego.
Yeah.
And we got so lucky that he came here last year and decided to re-up. It's a bargain to have him.
Let's go to right here to Mark Trudat at Indians or Joe. He agrees with you. Let's go right here to Sash in the house. What up, you old farts? How you doing? Hello, Mike. Mike Queen.
Hi,
all the way from Switzerland. Sash in the house, Mike.
Hi, Sash.
Where the hell you go? Did you get bashful? Are you bashful when Sash walks in? What's going on with
Sash came. My camera's running slow on my end. I don't know if it's coming choppy across the stream, so I was just trying to fix it up a bit. I think I have too much running with the pool and stuff going. It's slogging me down. So
again, guys, if you just walked in, dude, hit that poll up. The poll asking how you feel about about Mike McCarthy so far after the beginning of training camp, and again the first preseason game. Way too early to make an overall judgment, but how are we feeling so far, guys? Do throw your opinions up on that poll so we can take a look. We will talk about the results here in just a moment. Let's go here to Tyrone. He says, I ain't getting ahead of myself, but I like what I saw from Allar. He looked poised, confident, accurate, smooth in the pocket, and I want to see more with him sitting under A-Rod with McCarthy. And you love to see, he was here 3 hours before the game, walking around the field, studying. He had plays, a sheet of plays. He's walking around Heinz Field and studying for 3 hours. And on the bench, he's sitting over there with Aaron Rodgers asking questions. I mean, the dude, it's not again, you got to like what you see, of course. Let's continue on right here. Let's go to D-Dub. D-Dub says Jennings-Dunker did really well last night. Fatanu did not have a good night. I know he is moving over to a different side, but still wasn't great. No, you're 100% right, D-Dub. And I'm beginning to wonder what it is. Is it that switch? Did he start to get too used to the right-hand side in the pros? I mean, the level to play is a lot higher, of course, where he played long-term left tackle. So, again, something to consider. But, Mike, it was, again, first preseason game.
Yeah.
I'm not really putting much. Listen, again, if we're having pre-snap issues as we're heading into the Atlanta game, then we will have a big conversation. And, again, we'll start using words like problems. But, again, after we received the news 3 days ago that we were having some issues with pre-snap penalties, and then what we've seen last night, it's still, again, way too early for me. And this is why they play preseason. They try to shake that rust off, right?
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, I think Fatanu, coming from left to right his first year, that first preseason game didn't look that well. And then the next one, he settled down and played well.
And then he got hurt for the season.
Until he got hurt, yeah. So, I get rid of the injury and then, do what you did that year. I think it's, that live action flipping back and forth. It'll take him a few, but we saw last year, man, he was ascending as the season went on the right side. So he has the athletic ability, and it seems like the mental acuity as well to handle the flip back and forth. And if not, man, we got Broderick Jones.
Yeah, Brody. Yeah.
Not to jump ahead, but no, I'm not too worried about Futana just yet.
I'm not worried at all. Again, I'm just as worried about that as I'm worried about everything else in preseason game one. Again, we have 3 weeks to figure out how to fix pre-snap penalties, and that shouldn't be too difficult in my opinion. I think we'll be just fine. Let's go right here to Tyrone. He says, Yinzer Joe, he had a pass breakup. Sit your ass down. Of course, the ASJ's talk. Let's go to Bingo. Bingo says, declaring ourselves undefeated undefeated, perhaps Super Bowl champs after a preseason win is a Yinzer tradition, but might not be too far off. That's right, baby. Give us the Lombardi.
Damn.
I want to rate meow.
I need it now.
Give it to me, meow. I need it.
That's like I was jawing with the Ravens fan at work. He was like, "Oh, you Yinzers already, got the Super Bowl tickets planned." I'm like, "Hey, you guys have had parade routes planned for the last 7 years now. How's that turned out?"
You have somebody called an MVP that chokes every time they step on the field. But hey, you know what?
Hey,
Enjoy it. Let's go right here. Let's go to the original OG, Yinzer Joe. He says, Tyrone, you must have got away from the TV for a minute. He did more than that. And one more thing he did more than JPJ was tackle. Let's go here to Mark Malone. He says, is Weegan our new star white receiver? It's appearing that way. I have a lot of good things to say about him. Also, Tyrone says this. He made one breakup and maybe one tackle. No, he's not better. You know what? And again, the rivalries after this week, Mike, between the Howard fans and the Allar fans and the Porter fans and the ASJ fans, the rivalries from within, they are certainly going to be jawing back and forth after this game, Mike, with their bragging rights. I think.
Dude, it's worse than like arguing with like a Bengals fan or a Ravens fan. Because that's usually what happens with family. Argues with family. It tends to be worse.
Absolutely.
With an outsider, it's just it's fun to watch because I'm not involved in it right now.
Corey says this. That sounds like a conspiracy from the Don't Drink That podcast. Do go check out Corey if you are into conspiracies right here on YouTube. Corey has a really cool show on conspiracy theories, everything from government to UFOs to Bigfoot to AI to everything. If you like YouTube or if you like Don't Drink That, whatever your flavor is, go check out Corey right here on YouTube. I do spend a lot of time over there because I'm into conspiracy theories as well. Check him out today. Corey at Don't Drink That. Let's go right here. Mark Malone says Porter's replacement looked more than capable. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. ASJ is better than JPJ. I said what I said. Tyrone says this ever. And you know what the glaring difference is to me? I love Joey Porter's size. I love he's long, he's lanky, he has an arm. Listen, ASJ on that play last year where the ball got knocked out against Baltimore, Isaiah likely got that ball knocked out at the end of the game and they lost. Yeah. The long arm of Joey Porter Jr. caused that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's debatable. Say whatever you want. It was probably a touchdown, but it wasn't at the end of the day officially. And again, it was that long-ass arm. ASJ might not have been able to reach to break that. So again, it's kind of like apples and oranges in a way. But again, you knew it was going to happen. You knew the comparisons and the shit-talking was going to come. But again, preseason, game one still, guys. Long way to go. Let's go right here to Tyrone. Tyrone says this. Everett was okay. He got lucky. Wide receiver lost the ball in that deep ball. He's young, still got a lot of work to do. I agree.
Yeah, he got room to grow, but wasn't blown away, but wasn't disappointed with Everett.
Absolutely not. Let's go right here also to Bingo. Bingo says, got my Weegan jersey on order. Terrible towel emoji. Looking good, my friend. That's going to be a nice jersey. I couldn't tell he was a white guy at first, Mike. He took that first kickoff, and I was like, "Oh, why didn't they kick it to Legion?"
Yeah, exactly.
He had those black arm straps, the tape on his arm, and I thought, "Who's this guy?" And then he moves like a brother, dude. I'm excited. Believe me.
He was trying to confuse him and blend in. You know, with the rest of his guys out there, because that Kineso tape, man, in the black socks. Then his helmet, the way his thing, you couldn't see.
I like it.
It's a good strategy.
I don't know what took 2026 years, but we finally got a white guy that runs like a brother. I love it. I love it.
I still think Team White is going to get demolished in the game, but hey, we're slowly catching up. We're slowly catching up. We got a slot receiver.
We have a slot receiver. Let's continue forward. Let's go right here to Tyrone and laugh my fucking ass off. Let's see Samuel guard the elites. And that's what I'm saying. It's not what it should come down to. It should come down as a whole, what we have. And again, one guy could cover the one guy cover a slot. Both should be pretty damn good. The other guy on the other side. So again, at the end of the day, as we all stop fighting and bring it together, I think we could all see the advantages of all these things that we are talking about today. I do want to welcome Lindsay as she's walking through the door. Great to see Lindsay. I know she's in a good mood today. I'm sure she's here to win the trivia question, as she is always right. So again, big one today, Mike. Today, the Duquesne Pilsner. What's in the box game is today. As we wrap that segment up, Mike, that is. No, we still got more. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
We still got more, but breaking news. Yes, Lindsay already got the trivia question correct.
And there you go, Lindsay. Got the question right.
Lindsay. Well
All
done.
right. Great job, Lindsay. Big news. Let's get back at it right here where Mike's putting his own emojis on the screen. There you go.
Oh yeah, I did do a Thunder one.
Wait, it only happened 6 minutes ago. That's right, I did it. Let's go right here. Let's go to Jello. Joel says this. He says, react and get some Allar trading cards. Also with the terrible towel. Looking good. Looking good, my friend. Always great seeing Jello. Tyrone says, I ain't arguing with today. A reporter. I'm in a good mood, like what I saw. So just be quiet and just JPJ hater. We all know it. Yinzer Joe says, haha, just trying to make you crash out, Ty. Mark Malone says the offensive line did not block for Mason. Corey says this. He's been in the league too long not to be able to set his feet and just trust. And this is why he's a backup. Again, I'm not bad-mouthing him. He is what he is. And we saw that again last night. I saw the same Mason that I seen last year, 5 years ago, 7 years ago. I see the same player. He's a backup, and that's just something that he needs to understand. Maybe he does. Let's go right here. Tyrone got to do better than that. LOL. It's cool, though. Let's go here. Bingo. Bingo says between Weegan and Bernard, there's just no room for Roman. And Roman, very minimal in participation again. I thought for sure we would see more. I mean, let's just look past the one catch or whatever he had. And just the playing time. He just wasn't in there again. So again, whatever this is all about, plenty of opportunity to show something, anything, hit the bricks is what Bingo's saying. Tyrone, offensive line, look bad. Troy with all these false starts. Cook is terrible. I don't care. Give me Max, please. And Anderson, not starting guard. I want to see Hoffman. He follows up by saying, yeah, I like Samuel. Great DB3. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. As a whole, I think these are good things. And, of course, people are going to jaw back and forth, and these are the only people that are going to be affected. But all in all, overall, things look good for the Steelers. Overall, again, you're watching positions, you're watching assignments, and the game itself actually went well because those things were going well. So I didn't know if it was going to be this last night, but Mike, I'm happy today. I'm happy with what I saw. I don't know what I expected, but I do know that I'm happy about what I saw last night.
Oh yeah, like I said last night, man, when you and I were talking about the game, like I haven't seen an offense like this since Todd Haley was here, where you didn't know where the ball was going to go, where you knew you could attack the hashes, the middle of the field, the deep part of the field, the intermediate routes, the short routes. It was nice to see. It was a nice change of pace from the conservative football we've seen ever since Randy Fichtner on down to Arthur Smith.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a lot of good things that we're seeing that you can look forward to for sure. Let's go here to Dylan Cook was the drizzling shits, and Gabe Rubio is a fucking barbarian. Also, I've told y'all for 2 years, Lou Nickel, and I'm a Lou Nickel guy too. I thought Lou looked as good as he did last year. That's exactly what I seen, and again, he deserves to be playing somewhere. If it's not with us, Lou Nickel should be on a football field, in my opinion, somewhere. And again, I think he makes good of it because every time I seen him get an opportunity, he's played very well. Again, early on too, against starters against the Packers. So kind of encouraging. And again, I would like to be on the field if I was him. So we'll see. Let's go right here to Tyrone. What's the deal with KJ? RB says he's not good. He didn't even get a chance. Did he even get maybe he had a carry?
He had a couple carries, like maybe one or two.
Yeah. So
two.
The question marks going around. Of course, Caleb Johnson and Roman Wilson, Mike, didn't get any less complicated as we watched the game play out. I figured we would learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
See, Mike, this is exactly how last year went for those two players. Exactly.
Yeah. It's like Roman was out there, like one catch, 7 yards, and then you never saw him again. Like after that first series, I don't think we saw him after that catch.
This is going to be a Roman night. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. It was a nice catch along the sidelines, nice little comeback route. But after that, like you didn't see him. Were they like, okay, we saw enough. Let's get everyone else in there. It's weird for a guy who's you've been hearing a lot about in camp of like, hey man, he's having a really good camp, really good connection. He's playing well.
And also,
a handful of snaps.
If there's a lot of talk about a player during the regular season, you might see them use reverse psychology. Let's not use this guy as much. They're going to be preparing for him. This is preseason game one. Everybody should have been getting reps.
Yeah.
And the fact that KJ gets one carry and Roman gets one catch, Again, I don't know if any questions are being answered in that regard for those two players. Let's continue on, though. I want to get caught up here. Let's go, RB. He's a dependent on outside zone schemes. Also, Kenneth Jones, my man, great seeing you. He says this. I noticed a big difference with Wyatt knows after they started Benton. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, I can't wait to see how bad Cleveland and Baltimore do this weekend. And again, I just want to remind you, Taters Niners did lose to the Tennessee Titans. So if Taters stops in, don't hesitate to get on him. His new team that he left the Browns for just lost to the Titans. So again, preseason, but nonetheless, it is Tater. We'll certainly give him shit. Let's go here to, let's go to Ronald Albright. Great to see my man Ronald. He says, okay, so let's trade Rodgers, and can we please get a Taylor to get Allar's measurements correct before the Hall of Fame speech? Let's continue on. Let's go right here. I'm glad we're able to make these kind of jokes today. You know what I mean? If you lose, this is a whole different day, a whole different conversation. So again, things went good enough last night. I think everybody's in a good mood. And for preseason one, anything that wasn't favorable, you could always just fall back and say, you know what? It's preseason game one. We have a month to get better, guys, as we only have 30 days from right now. That is Jaylen Warren days from the opener in Pittsburgh, guys. We have the Jets this weekend in Pittsburgh also. And then we go to Buffalo in 2 weeks, and then there will be a bye week in between for all the teams to prepare and get ready to start the season. And then 30 days, guys, we will be playing the Atlanta Falcons right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to kick off the 2026 campaign. I got to be honest with you, I don't think the preseason could have got off to a better start. No big injuries, Mike. Nothing jumping off the page to me that I want to just bury my head. So, again, day one, preseason game one was a success.
Very much success. And one of the key things, too, is I don't remember any injuries coming out of this game. That would be either devastating or concerning. So that's a huge plus right there. Came out healthy.
I do want to say I did see Somber walk through the door. What's up, brother? Always great seeing Somber. From just outside of Los Angeles. Let's go right here. RB says he's not good. He's not that good, perhaps. He can only run in the outside zone schemes, and they aren't working anymore in today's games. Inside zone and gap is the new trend. I do want to welcome, hey, what's up to Kevin Reed? Great seeing you. Great afternoon. Good morning, wherever you be coming in from, everybody. Welcome to the show. Great seeing you, Kevin. I know that you had a good night last night. Let's go to Ty. He says, maybe so, RB. I want to see more of him, though. At least give him a chance is all. For sure. And we are. I think we are. I assumed we were last night, and, but right back to where we were. Right back to where we were with those two players. It's incredible, actually.
Yeah, he played a decent amount of snaps too. I just looked it up. It looked like he had like 27 snaps.
Who is?
For Roman. He played. He was out there a lot, but it's like weird they only looked to him one time. I wanted more targets, unless they wanted to feature Bernard or who knows what.
All right, fair enough. Let's continue. Let's go right here. Tyrone says this. Maybe okay, just want to give him a chance. Follows that up by saying, man, Bernard is a killer. I'm telling you, we got to steal in the second round, Mike and Ryan. And I like him. Guys, very much so reminds me of Juju Smith-Schuster. Very much. The guy's built like him. He moves like him. He has a stride like him. That was the one thing I took away from this game, and Jeremy Bernard, very similar to Juju, potential big play player.
Yeah,
but it doesn't, it isn't jumping off the page at you. It was very Juju, and it's not a bad thing, but that would be the comparison I would make watching him play his first game in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. Very Juju-like, and again, that's a good thing.
Yeah, very dependable. You know where he's going to be. You throw the ball to him in his area. You're going to have a very high catch rate, whether it's contested or not. And, he's going to have ability after the play. And, I don't know Bernard's 40 time, but I don't think he's a blazing track guy. Neither was Juju. But one of those guys that you hit them right and they get an angle on the defender, they're going to be on it and take it to the house. You just go back and watch Bernard's tape. He used angles to get away from guys. I'm really excited for him. It's nice to see he went out there and had a really good game. He looked crisp out there. Man, he looked like he belongs in the NFL right now.
Couple more, Mike. We're going to jump on some topics, get this show rolling. I don't know. I think I said hey to Lindsay. I do want to say welcome to Lindsay. I see she was in the house. Great seeing you. A couple more here. Let's go to right here. Facts. RB says the facts. He got 5 snaps and went down to a stiff breeze each time was enough for me. Even little Eli fought hard. Little Eli had a little fight in him, but the more I'm seeing him, not quite as much like McCaffrey as I wanted him to be. Again, we'll get into him. We're going to talk about all the rookies today. Also, we're going to get right here to Joe. Joe says, I think the best thing to do is put Allar in early. Absolutely. I do too. Get him in early. He's got to see better competition to get a better assessment of him. So let me continue. He says this. He says first and second team defense to see if he could handle the pressure or crash out like he did at Penn. That's what I'm saying. He has a history of crashing out. So we have to thoroughly watch this through. Again, great game. Great game. Yeah. I'm going to say he had a great game. But again, still too early for me, Mike. Very encouraging, though. Good news, good things I like to see about and from our Pittsburgh Steelers team.
It'll be interesting to see the rotation next week. Like if Aaron plays, how they're going to work everyone in, or maybe sit Mason and put Drew with that second group, and then Howard with that third group, just to get a look of how both perform with each group.
And then finally, and before we jump on some topics, RB, he says this, Tyrone, I was huge on Bernard for what you've seen last night. Nothing is wow. Just you're right. It's not wowing. It's jujuing. And this was the idea, the thought that I had every time I seen him out there. I thought, wow, really, really Juju-esque. And again, this is a good thing. Yeah. We're not looking for a number one receiver right now, and he's just not quite that. In my opinion, he could become it someday, but right now, Mike, I like him. I like him for what he is. I like what he has. I like what he brings to the table. And again, I was a Juju fan. I didn't, he wasn't great, but at the end of the day, I think we got ourselves a nice wide receiver in this draft this year for sure. And I'm content.
Hey, I am too. And Steve Smith Sr., like when he was doing his evaluation of receivers, he said, he's like, this is going to sound like a negative, but it's a positive. He's like, Jeremy Bernard is boring. In the sense that you know where he's going to be, you get him the ball, he's going to get you the yards and get down. Or and he has the potential to make plays, but he's just that steady guy you go to. You get your yards and move on. Yeah, that's what he's saying. It's like you love that guy because you know what you're getting out of him every single play. Whereas some guys are exciting because it's either going to be a big play or nothing. He's just a steady Eddie guy, dependable, move the chains, let's go.
Bro, when he broke that tackle on the right sideline and gained 8 or 9 more yards or whatever it was, I mean, come on, that showed the skill level. Yeah. The dude got skill. We're not saying he doesn't got skill. We're not saying he's not a baller. He is. He's safe. He's consistent. A lot of things again that you've seen in Juju, I do like, and I don't want to continue on it for too long. We got a lot to get into. Wayne Corbett, I would take a Wayne Corbett in a second.
Hines Ward, those guys, you just get them the ball, let them do their things. They make a big play, or they're going to get your first down, and you're like, fuck yeah, let's go.
All right, let's get to it, guys. Let's get to some topics, things to get into today. A lot to get into, as a matter of fact. Mike, let's start by going through some individual statistics. Just take a minute to pull mine up here, and we'll talk about some things that went on. I think very much impressive in this game. I'm not worried about a whole lot. Here we go, Mike. Let's take a look at what our quarterbacks look like. So for a total, even Mason goes 10 for 11, 93 yards. He did take 2 sacks. Drew Allar goes 10 for 13, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown on the ground, a total of 3 scores for him. And even Will Howard, 7 for 9, 86 yards, and 1 sack taken. Again, my main comparison between these two guys, Mike, on their passes is Will Howard's looked loose. His passes weren't tight. They were kind of airy, and that's where it was different, where Drew Allar looked like he was shooting them directly from a rifle out of his arms. He was getting into the spots. No issue on his tightness of his passes. Just all in all, looked better. He looked more comfortable. Again, both of the guys seemed to field well. There was no issues with anything really outside. But watching the two guys play quarterback, Howard, again, for the times he had prepared, he had a whole season last year to mentally prepare himself for this game. And I'm just starting to wonder, is this the way he looked when he was in college? Was he airy? Was he not tight on his passes? Because if this is him, I definitely got to give Drew Allar the edge from this little tiny bit of information that we have so far. Again, I didn't want to get into this until the game was played, till we got to see both of these young men play. But Mike, as far as the passes, if this is the way that Drew's thrown and this is the way that Will's thrown, I definitely got to point the needle toward Drew in any sense of the word at this point.
Howard's passes, they were airy. Especially that 1-2 Skoranek on third down, where he almost got him killed, and that one should have been just on a rope right into him. It was no need for that to be that high, but hey, at least he got it there, and he's really good at identifying and finding the open receiver and getting the ball. He's not someone who's going to put it into tight windows the way we saw Drew do. He's going to rely on anticipation in the scheme, getting guys open and finding the open guy. He is poised under pressure. He's comfortable moving and sliding. A couple times on those rollouts early where he ran himself out of bounds, I didn't like that decision. Just throw the ball away. But every quarterback does that. But for me, it was just the arm strength between both of them. That you can tell one has the elite NFL arm, and the other has an arm that's you're going to have to use a lot to short to intermediate passes and have guys run it not free but open enough to where he doesn't have to do tight window throws. And this Drew Allar, I don't know who the hell he is, because this is not the guy I watched for a handful of seasons at Penn State.
He looks like a guy, Mike, that's focused to win a job. He looks like a guy that's really mentally preparing himself to win a position on this team. He looks like a guy that's trying his ass off to get to where he wants to be. I seen this from both of the young men, but the one that really displayed it again, albeit against third and fourth stringers, it was at this point Drew Allar. And again, my needle definitely goes to Drew's side after preseason game 1.
Yeah, and my big thing with Drew is, yes, the stats were nice and everything. The touchdowns were nice. I was just wanting to look at his mechanics, and it's a night and day difference from Penn State, from the combine, from OTAs to now. The way they changed his entire throwing motion mechanics, the way his feet work, you can tell he went through the Mike McCarthy school. His feet were moving like Aaron Rodgers. He was doing those little throws like Rodgers does, and his passes were. They were on the money. They were in places where only the receiver can get them. He had a couple nice throws down the sidelines that were I think 1 or 2 pass interferences. Where if those don't happen, they're big plays or touchdowns. And he was hitting those consistently too. Wasn't letting the pressure get to him the way he did at Penn State. I didn't see any real forced throws, real mental errors. Yes, the competition wasn't the elite, but this is what you wanted to see out of him.
Absolutely. If he would have went out and not shown you those things against this competition, then again, this is a whole different conversation today.
And like this whole trade, I've been saying this since the beginning of any camp started. Like these two are on two different developmental paths right now. Drew Allar was stripped down and they're rebuilding him, grooming him long term. You want to see growth in development, and we saw that. And they're bringing him along slow. And I liked what I saw. This is a very encouraging first step. It shows that he is coachable, moldable, malleable, and he can go out there and deliver what they want him to do.
And as I'm seeing right at the top of the screen, I mean, Tyrone, you're right. I need to see both of these guys playing better competition. So again, I'm going to leave it just there. I'm not going to. My opinion is they both played good. I thought Drew Allar played better. And again, I do need to see them against better competition, which we will as time goes on. Again, there's a long way to go to become the franchise, the face of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to be somebody that, to be a franchise quarterback, somebody that we got to believe you give us an opportunity to win week in, week out, as Ben Roethlisberger did, as Terry Bradshaw did, for other teams, as Tom Brady, as Patrick Mahomes. You always want your franchise quarterback. He's got to be a guy that you depend on and are very confident that you could win a lot of football games. So these are things that you're going to continue to look for as time goes on. Let's get back to some more statistics, Mike. Let's talk about the running backs. The running backs look a little like this. Lou Nichols led the way. He did get plenty of carries. He had 10 carries last night for 36 yards. Eli got more of his a little bit later in the game. He did get on 9 carries, 21 yards. Travis Homer, a lot of carries early, which surprises me because they're saying he only had 4 carries on the night. when I can swear Travis Homer had about a half dozen carries in the first
Right.
quarter, but he went 4 for 8. Caleb Johnson, again, 2 carries, 3 yards, his long 2 yards. Of course, the shortest of the longs of the running backs. And then Will Howard, Drew Allar both had a couple carries. Let's go down. You know what? Let's talk about the running backs here for a couple minutes. I think one of the smaller stories on the day about the game, Mike, would be the running back room. Things that I noticed, because a lot of these, listen, when we sit down and watch the Falcons come to town next week, a lot of these running backs ain't even going to be involved.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll just kind of go through for what it is. My big question, where's KJ? That's my big question. Because at the end of the day, it was the penalty last year. I mean, it was the mistake. You know, a lot of people assumed that this was the problem. This is why he wasn't on the field. But at the end of the day, Mike, KJ, 2 carries for 3 yards. And beyond that, maybe a little Eli talk. But the running back conversation should be kind of short today.
Yeah. KJ looked slow. No explosiveness. What we saw last year.
I know. I was expecting a different, but again, very minimal amount to go by. But I didn't see anything different than what I saw.
Yeah, and Eli, I was not impressed at all. We keep hearing how, oh my God, his measurables, his 40 times, his this, that, and the third is like Christian McCaffrey. I didn't see it. I didn't see really explosiveness out of him either, hitting those holes. I was not impressed with either of those 2 running backs.
He doesn't make the team if he doesn't utilize these next 2 weeks to really make headspace for himself. If he goes the next 2 weeks like he played last night, I don't think that Eli makes the squad.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And I don't even know if they bring back the practice squad. Lou Nichols, I like him as like the number 3 back. You know, he hit that draw, and then he hit that one when like the hole sealed up and was able to cut back. That looked nice. Like when he has to run between the tackles, there wasn't a lot there, but I have to go back and look, see was the blocking or
you got to recall the blocking was kind of.
Yeah, I know, but he has that burst where
yes.
Okay, like he sees a hole, he can hit it, and he has the patience to move it and bounce it around. So I would like him to be that number 3 running back.
He's not going to be an NFL player either, Sombra. I just don't know if he's going to be able to show enough. A lot of people were riding on the fact that you were going to see some flashes of Christian McCaffrey, and I think this is why he was getting more of a chance than anything. Of course, he's from here; that helps him as well. But at the end of the day, he's got to play a lot better, and that's just 1 week removed. So again, we will continue to follow that. Let's slide into the wide receiver room here, Mike, and talk about what happened here. A few names right at the very top of the list by yards. Of course, Weegan, Caden Weegan, guys. My thing I was watching yesterday is I want to watch and see what Caden Weegan does. I want to know if we're going to have a special teams that is going to be an effective part of every football game. And you know what? The guy moves like I wanted him to move. He looks like I wanted him to look. He has the confidence as a kid coming in for his first competition in the NFL, albeit preseason. Very loose. Kickoffs, I mean, nothing great happened, but you've seen there was an elusive ability to where he was able to slide around and move around and shake defenders. And again, something very different than what we've seen from KJ last year, of course, early in the season, like when he was still returning the ball. So again, this is encouraging, and I do possibly think that he could be the guy. Listen, if he finds a seam on a return and he's moving the way that he was moving after he caught that ball from Allar, he's a game changer.
Yeah.
So again, I got to see more. The verdict isn't in one game. That's going to continue to be my answer today after every single thing we say. It is one game. I need to see more, but very encouraging what I've seen from Weegan, and he can be a big part of this team if he continues to, in fact, be that player that we saw.
Yeah, very encouraging first signs with Weegan, especially, like I said, for a guy who barely had 30 snaps at wide receiver in college. He looked good out there. Would have taken it to the house, but he stumbled. Yet everyone was glazing the field, and I think the field took a touchdown away from Weegan on that one because he would have been gone.
So is this where that glazing comes from? You're the second person I heard today say glazing, and I've never heard anybody use that in my life. Was that a term used at the game last night? Because Derpy used it earlier.
Oh no, it's a chronically online term for, it used to be slobbing the knob of.
Okay, I've never heard that term.
Now it's glazing. Yeah,
I never heard the term. Derpy used it this morning, and then you just used it. I thought this came from somewhere.
Yeah, it used to be hyping up but now we got to make everything like sexualized.
Glazing.
Because if you like someone, you think they're a good player.
Jello donut. What do you think about glazing?
Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, that was my initial glazing. Well, it was donuts were glazed, and that was a good thing. Now it's because you like someone and you want to glaze them by shooting your load over them.
Yeah, I'll
them
glaze.
shooting your load over you. Instead of saying, "Hey, I'm excited to see what this guy can do."
I'm gonna get out and glaze. I'm gonna get out and glaze over the strippers tonight down at the strip club.
It's all going to be some deep-seated sexual type thing nowadays. I don't get it.
I haven't been down in our strip club in many, many years, but if I see them walking in and out down there, they kind of look like thugs. I mean, these are some big girls. I remember I told you the one girl used her vagina to tie. She tied her vagina in a knot down there one time.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see bullet holes from the highway when I drive by. It's insane with these women now. Let's get back to the board, Mike. Again, we're going to get back to these positions in just a second. I want to grab a few on the board to kind of stay with it. Let's go to Tyrone. He says, I wouldn't go that far, but he needs snaps. I do want to say what's up to Kev. Also, Sash says, it's sad to read the pure shit talking of Howard fans. Like we can't just enjoy. We had all three quarterbacks performing well. Again, that's where I'm at. I think we should just kind of all be happy today. That no big injuries happened. Nothing that we shouldn't be glazing over, I guess, in a sense.
Right.
Let's go here. Let's go to Tyrone. Tyrone says this. Yeah, he's nothing flashy, but he's still really good after the catch. Great hands, good route runner, and still makes people miss. Well, RB, we got 1 in 17. Kevin says this. Will Howard did better than Rudolph. He did. Listen, my assessment of Mason is 3 words. Mason was Mason. I didn't see anything more. I didn't see anything less. Mason was Mason.
Mason was Big Ben on that almost touchdown throw to Jeremy Bernard. That reminded me of Big Ben to Antonio Brown.
Yeah, reminded me of
he fucking threw that guy off of him.
Reminded me of Jim Miller, but what the hell do I know?
Hey, it's glazing season, baby. And
it is glazing. Time to glaze.
Y'all lucky Thunder ain't here because the glazing will be off the charts.
Let's go right here to Mark Malone. Over under of number of games JPJ holds out this year. I think he gets it taken care of. I think he's back by the time we start the season. That's just my opinion, though. Let's go to Jello Donut. There he is. He says, agreed, Kevin. Kevin about Will Howard, of course, playing better than Mason. And I agree, too. Will Howard was out to prove something. And, again, Mason was Mason. Wasn't much different than any other time I've seen him step on the field. He's consistent at being him. That does anything for you. Let's go here to Mark Malone. I'd be taking that over for show. Let's go to Summer, my man. Weejan has drip for sure. Absolutely. Lindsay in the house with the TJ Watts. Everybody, welcome to the terrible board. Getting into some Victory Friday. Today, as the Pittsburgh Steelers did beat the Green Bay Packers 28-9 in the preseason opener last night on the North Shore. Mike, let me jump back into the statistics. Let's go down to the defense. And let's go a little further into the wide receivers, Mike. Robert Tonyan. Somebody made the point. I don't remember who it was, but they said, how the hell did Green Bay let this guy go? I thought Robert Tonyan looked better than both tight ends we have. And listen, I'm high on both of our tight ends. I don't think that I think that Fryermuth is good. I think that D. Wash is good. But I thought that Robert Tonyan is very skilled, very smart. He's a veteran. You could tell he knows where to be. And the guy is just a solid football player. He catches everything. I think this was a great pickup, Mike, something that I totally overlooked since we did pick him up.
Yeah, it was nice to actually see him in action because in training camp, the one little video we saw, he made a nice play, but it didn't look fluid. But out there, you can tell there's a difference between that practice speed and that. You wait
till his boy Aaron's hitting him.
I know, right? Yeah, but when he stepped out on the field, you can see why this guy had 11 touchdowns that 1 year, and has been in the league for a while. He knows how to find the spots in the zone. He knows how to exploit the defense. Is short-handed, at least last night. I don't know over his career, but he caught everything his way, and a nice safety valve for those young quarterbacks that we have out there, and a nice number 3 tight end that we that rotate in, catch some tough passes across the middle.
I think he's going to get himself some playing time. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think you're going to see him often in the offense because He's reliable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you got Muth and Mount Washington as well. So you figure he'll rotate in there too, because there are reports out of camp they were running a decent, not a lot of 3 tight end sets, but 3 tight end sets were still being used. And hey, if this guy can find himself open in the red zone, hey, as long as we score points, I don't care who's got some touchdowns. But he looked good.
Aaron Jade sending sparkles on the board. Thank you for the 2 jewels, Aaron. Thank you so much. Love to see sparkles. Thank you. Greatly appreciated as always. Somber said, "There's no way you think Roman has an issue." Laugh my ass off. Holy fuck! Some of you were retarded. Seriously, Roman had snaps. Had the snaps of a starter with 1 ball thrown to him. So that's what. Who cares how many? I don't care if he's in there for 90 plays. I wanted to see him play football. I wanted to see him catch balls. I wanted to see him do the things that we're hearing that he's improving every day. Listen, yeah, he got the reps. That's fine. He was in there, but what does that tell you? Did you learn anything from it? That's what I think is going on with Roman there. And again, I would have liked to see more balls thrown to him. Call me crazy. But they didn't go to him. They didn't utilize him last year. To me, it's similar. And I don't see much that's different just yet. But it is, again, preseason game 1. I will give him that. But at the end of the day, you could have had Caleb Johnson in there and not ran him for 27 or whatever starter. You know what I mean? Well, I won $1 million. I'm not even sure what you're saying. Let me move on though. Let's go right here. Ty says, "Was we throwing in the middle of the field?" We did. We threw some in the middle of the field a little bit. Let's go to Kenneth. Kenneth says this: Nichols will stay. Johnson is gone. And again, just the lack of opportunity in a game that you should have seen these guys get more action. It just wasn't there, and that's concerning.
Yeah.
Tell us the problem.
Especially they kept running like what Lou and Homer in the 3rd quarter. Like that's like, okay, why isn't KJ in there? Why isn't Heidenreich in there at this juncture of the game?
That's what I'm saying. And again, it's a whole different. Maybe this is the way that things are ran. Maybe we're just so used to 20 years of something different. Perhaps this is the way things look. But to me, it looked exactly the same as last year with those 2 particular players. And those 2 particular players, in my opinion, has more of a question mark than a lot of these rookies coming in. I learned more about the rookies last night than I know about these guys that's been on the team for multiple seasons now. And again, that was something that you probably wanted to keep an eye on. And again, you didn't have receivers 1 or 2. You had Roman, and again, 1 pass. So again, that's my question. It's just a concern, definitely a concern. Let's move forward though. Let's go right here to Lindsay. Lindsay says this: I want to see KJ. I got to see me some KJ. Tyrone agrees. Says me too. There's no way we're serious right now. Somber says. Also, Lindsay says he deserves a chance to prove himself. KJ is something to worry about. Roman is not. Let's go right here. Let's go to Tyrone. He says, Bernard just shined, was all I figured. And we'll get into the rookies here in just a moment. We'll go through the rookies and kind of see. Nowakowski touchdown. I mean, there's a lot to get into with these rookies, Mike. Let me just get back to the numbers here real quick. Jeremy Bernard, 4 catches, 51 yards. Brandon Smithy apparently had that injury. That's what Chris was telling us. He left the game early. And everybody beyond that, look at Roman way down at the bottom of the list. Pat Fryermuth even had a pass. Darnell Washington did not have a single target.
I didn't even know Patty Fry played, and I watched the game twice.
Well, I seen Patty Fry get his catch, and also I seen Washington was on the field.
Yeah, he did a lot of blocking.
And which you take 2 more receivers out of the question should have been another reason why perhaps somebody else could have got more. But again, it just didn't happen. Go ahead, Mike.
It seemed like too in some of the routes I was watching with Washington, they were using him to clear out space for guys underneath it to get the ball and run with that space. Because a couple of the times I saw multiple defenders following Mount Washington, and there's just room underneath. So I wonder if that's using him as a decoy by design to get other guys, and then the pool guys defense will have to eventually start shading down on them, and throughout the season that's going to open up Washington more. So part of it too is just seeing what this offense is going to do and operate, trying to figure out the schemes and the reasoning behind why they're doing stuff.
Let's go here. Lindsay says Shine. He was okay. I thought he played well. For the opportunities that Bernard got, I was happy. Again, very Juju-like. I learned a little bit about him last night, and again, that nice he broke the tackle over on the right sideline and gained more. That was nice as well. Still lots and lots of things to get into today. And I do want to say welcome back to Steeler Freak. Big John Stud, middle name Mud in the house. Great seeing you on the board. Welcome back, sir. He says, Drew Big Bala. That's right, baby. Welcome back, man. It is Victory Friday. Lots to get into today, Mike. I'm going to grab a couple more. Then we're going to finish some of these statistics. We have a lot to get into today. We're going to talk about rookies. We also have the position grades. We do have game balls, everything going on with the Steeler team after the first preseason game last night. Next week, guys, 1 week from right now, we will be getting ready for the Jets game, also on the North Shore. So, guys, very, very little time to celebrate, but you know what? Victory Friday is always a good thing. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says Bernard thought he was still in college when he made the catch, didn't get both feet down. Yeah, unfortunately, and that could have been a touchdown there. So, again, you know, we were moving. Things were happening. The offense was, granted, it was preseason. Granted, all those things. You have to be encouraged a little bit by what you are seeing. It's going to be a different kind of year. It's not going to be the same kind of schemes, plays, style, all these things, guys. So, again, we'll continue to learn about this team as we go. Lindsay's saying this. I'm not lying and saying he impressed me so much. He did not. Kevin says this. Kevin says, I think Bernard is the next Hines Ward type. I think he is good for what he is. Again, we didn't draft him to be the number one. Again, if he develops into that player, what we drafted him for, he did good at. He was impressive. And again, Mike, if that's what you're expecting from him, so far so good.
Yeah. I was impressed with what I seen.
Hines Ward, a Hines Ward type. I think you actually used that, Mike.
Yeah.
I was trying to describe him.
Yeah.
Eli is not a running back. Eli's not going to be a Steeler before long. I can tell you that. He's just, and unless he really shows us something in these next two games. Tyrone says it was close. Yinzer Joe almost had it. He will get it, though. Sommer says clearly. Tyrone says, he will soon. Lindsay says this. He won't. I see what he's going to be. It's not GP or DK. Tyrone says, why are you comparing Bernard to DK or GP? Way two different styles. Also, Lindsay says, because that's what you do. Do you think he's going to be R1 or don't you? He's not a 1 right now. I can tell you that. Mark Malone says, this Bernard Weegan are going to help us a lot this year. Yes, I agree. They sure are. Truth Thong, great seeing Truth Thong in the house. You know, I love the name Truth Thong. Always great seeing you. He says, Jeremy Bernard's helmet has got to go unless his head is that big. That's a noggin, huh? Christopher's my man. He says this. I'm back at Sharkies and Steeler Nation is out of control, out in full force. It looks like Mason Rudolph is trade bait. Both Drew Allar and Will played great. Again, this is from Ground Zero. It's Sharkies, guys, in Latrobe. Chris is down there at Ground Zero, and this is what's being said amongst the Yinzers, Steeler Nation alike. They are saying that Mason Rudolph trade bait and Drew and Will played great. My opinion again on Mason is this. Mason is Mason. Mason is Mason. Not any less, not any more. That's the same guy I've seen play that won 3 games in a few years back. It's the same guy I've seen play for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Let's continue. Let's go right here.
Yeah, the epitome of backup quarterback.
He's a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. He's not anything else. He's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, he's a good one too.
Christopher, I do want to say thank you for all the reports from camp. How long are you sticking around, bro? I gotta figure something out, man. I didn't know that you were actually gonna be in town this long. Let's continue. Lindsay says they'll be drafting one. I said future one, and he will be. Lindsay says not. Ty says okay. Lindsay and Tyrone going about it. Bernard wasn't on my bingo card. LOL. Not me either. It wasn't what I thought the big argument would be today. Let's go here to Mark Malone. The Magnum is locked in that number 2 spot. And again, ultimately, you're right, unless they're ready to move forward. In other words, you could move him. You could use him as trade bait. You could package him. You could do something with Mason Rudolph because he is a solid backup. He's starting to get a little bit older. But now that you do, let's just say you like these 2 quarterbacks, these 2 kids, and you decide one of them's going to be your starter, and the other one is good enough to be your backup. And now you could go younger. Now you could, you could go that whole route, kind of start over in a sense, and still get something out of Mason because again, he is a career backup quarterback. He's safe. At the end of the day, Mike, he's for the most part safe. He's not a dumb guy. He's smart. He gets in there. He plays football. So at the end of the day, I think he's going to be the backup as long as we want him to be. But beyond that, Mike, once they get this quarterback situation figured out with these two kids, this might open doors for so many other things moving forward.
Yeah, they could, really like what they see from Will Howard. And be like, okay, we'll move on from Mason. Or they just be like, you know what? We want that veteran presence behind Aaron Rodgers. We feel comfortable if Aaron goes down for a game or two, Mason can lead us has a better chance to lead us to victory, and then they'll keep him. And they're definitely going to keep Allar. So then it goes, okay, or what are we going to do with Will Howard? Are they going to trade him, or are we going to try and keep four somehow? Because
here's the thing about Will, Mike. He goes somewhere else and he excels and becomes good, and then we're like, oh shit, we got rid of a good quarterback. And Mason, the next couple years again, maybe decides he wants to retire. You know what I'm saying? It almost seems more sensible to stick with the kid as your backup because you're thinking of the future. You're thinking of moving forward. And again, who knows how much longer Mason's going to want to be a backup and stand around and do nothing. You know what I mean? It just seems more. It seems just. You're right. I mean, come on,
brother.
If anybody would enjoy like Mason, but it just seems to me if you're ready to move forward, he's part of this old team. He's part of the past. Again, I'm not saying it's bad. He's a conservative, safe for the most part backup quarterback that we could do with or without. We've seen it when he went to Tennessee. The world didn't end. And if you feel that these two young quarterbacks are good enough to be your starter and your backup, I think that this is the move that the organization should make. Probably
it, but you never know. There's a ton of decisions that are going to go into it. And how do they really feel about Will Howard? Look at the way McCarthy was giving the doughy eyes to Drew Allar and just kind of being business-like with Will Howard, he's in love with one. And
I could have swore he'd give Will Howard a hand job before Will Howard walked out on that field. I swear. I seen them both smiling and giving each other googly eyes.
Was it Howard or Allar?
Or I'm sorry, Allar, yeah.
Yeah, because those two were in the quarterback coach and Aaron, they're all just
a lot of giggling.
Yeah. And then
some slap and tickle going on. I seen it.
Yeah. Then there's Will. Go out there, buddy. Go out there. Don't embarrass us.
Is it just me or is Will Howard built exactly like Tommy Maddox? He has that thing where his chin goes straight from his chin to his Adam's apple. Kind of, dude. I swear, I seen the side profile of Will at one point. I thought, my God, he looks a lot like Tommy. At least he's built like him. Yeah. Tommy kind of had more noodly arms, but still, it was very similar in appearance. Let me grab two more messages. We are going to get back to some topics here, guys. Lindsay and Tyrone. Okay, we did get the bingo card. Magnum is locked in at the number 2 spot, is what Mark is saying. Let's go here. It's cool. Laugh my ass off. Lindsay says, I'm not, but no one is telling me I see something right now. That seemed passed to Tanyan. Wasn't loose. You're not going to tell me those passes that in the wide open that he had? He almost threw it over somebody's head that was wide open. Compared to the tighter passes of Drew Allar, I'm just saying they were awfully loose for me for a guy fighting for a position on his team. Again, just my opinion. Let's go right here to Tyrone. He says, Somber Christine texted me last night. Said I was wrong. And then they're going to get into that in a little bit. So let's get back to some numbers. Let's go right here, Mike, and talk about the defensive players. Sack-wise, we did get some sacks last night.
Yeah.
Jamin Davis, Mike, he had two sacks last night.
Yeah.
Julius Westcliff got one. The newest member, Israel Makamu, Mike, he had one. Kyler Baugh had a half, and also Jack Sawyer. Now, my beef with Jack Sawyer. Listen, now I'm going to badmouth the Caucasians a little bit. Because once he broke into the backfield and was chasing that broken play, I believe it was the quarterback that was running away and was rolling to the left. And I thought, you know what? Jack Sawyer is going to turn it up and catch him. Mike, he gained nothing on this guy. No, he did not. I did see no acceleration. It was
dude, he had them stiff hips.
It was very stiff-hipped. Again, if you're going to put him in the conversation with these other edge rushers, He's kind of a stiff, Mike, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I still like Jack. I liked what he did last year. I think it's going to grow and develop. But the same thing when I saw that, I was like, come on, Jack.
Where's your acceleration, dude?
Because, if that's Herbig, Watt, Highsmith.
They were turning it up. There was no turning it up.
He was already at full speed, and there was nothing left to give. Jack's more of that power rusher. He's going to pull a guy over, get in there.
Which is good when you're facing power rush or the rush. If you're chasing somebody in the backfield, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's a part of the game.
Yeah. It hurt watching it, but I still like Jack. He's growing on me as a player. But yeah, it was like, man, if that's Watt, if that's Herbig, he is down.
I agree. But,
like real quick, that Israel Mukamu, dude, that sack, he come flying in out of nowhere.
I liked it.
I like that. I liked oh god, who was the other guy? Jamin Davis. He was all over the place. But
yeah, and he had a
I
couple.
kind of expect him to play like that against that level of competition from a former first round pick. I think he'd be a nice depth piece. Some guy, if you can float him around up and down off the practice squad and shit like that. I've always liked Jamin Davis. I've always wanted him to succeed. So I'm kind of biased when it comes to him.
I think Jack Sawyer is built like a white end. One of the white tight ends that have no
athletic ability whatsoever.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got. Again, I hope I'm wrong. He was in the right place at the right time last year a couple of times for sure. Just more skill-wise, I got to see from Jack Sawyer. Let's move forward here, Mike. Again, I think we're going to just kind of Jamin Davis led the team with tackles. He had 4 tackles, 4 assisted tackles. Carson Bruner with 3 and 2. No interceptions for the Steelers defense. And then as far as special teams go, it was special teams. Chris Boswell was in there doing his thing. It was nice to see Cameron back, Johnson, of course, and then again seeing Weegan. I'm encouraged by what I've seen, and again, I think the hype might be real. Mike, he looked comfortable, and as you're watching everybody play at the same time, he looked certainly more pro ready than a lot of the guys on his team and from the other team that I seen. He looked very confident in what he was doing on that field. And that's, Mike, as you were saying last night, there's no nervousness on catching the ball. I mean, there's guys in your face. This is your first game in the NFL.
Yeah.
There was no, he's very reliable. He catches everything. He's smart. I like Weegan back there. Not only is he going to make this team out, I mean, absolutely, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I think he could be a big part of this team on special teams. Big part.
Yeah, and for being someone that, he's not a big guy, he looks athletically put together. He doesn't look frail back there for, a 5'9", $196. He doesn't look like, like a Calvin Austin where you're afraid a gust of wind's going to blow him up, or a Zay Flowers. He looks like he can take a hit and pop right back up. So, and that's just a psychological thing for me anyway. It makes me feel more comfortable having him back there because he looks like I said, he can absorb those big hits. He looked fearless back there with guys around him. It's nice to have like a natural kick and punt returner back there again.
I'm going to get down to this message because I like what I'm seeing here from Somber. A couple messages down. Let me get here to it. Tyrone says, I want to see Howard first half, Allar second half next week. And again, this is very, very similar to what I'm trying to get to. Ty says we need to see Mason. We don't need to see Mason at all. Mason needs to go, Kevin says. Also, Lindsay says Mason could leave immediately. Don't let the door hit you. Right here, Tortilla, he says, no more Mr. Nice Tortilla. Ooh. No, don't say that. Let's go right here. This is what I'm trying to get to, Mike. And I agree with this wholeheartedly. Let Drew go against the twos this week and give Howard the entire second half. I mean, because Howard could come out and throw get 3 touchdowns against backups, and then also give him that opportunity. Drew Allar, I'm talking about, to get a look against people that are higher up on their depth charts for the next team. So I love this. I love this. This will be what I say all through the week when anybody continues to because believe me, between my friends, you wouldn't believe, and people I communicate with off the show, you wouldn't believe the talk that's going on right now with this Drew Allar. You would think that the second coming just happened last night. It is that crazy, but again, very impressive for what it was.
Yes,
I love it. Very encouraging. And if this is what this cat brings to the table, and he continues to improve, and do all those things, he certainly has a shot. Absolutely. Yeah. Come on. I mean, albeit against the competition he played, he looked pretty damn good. He was zipping the ball. He didn't look confused. He was reading defense, albeit it was vanilla defense. He was doing all the things well that you needed to see, where Howard was as well, but just not as tight looking. Everything just wasn't as it felt better watching Drew. And listen, I'm not a fan of either of these guys. I don't like Penn State or Ohio State, so I have no I'm not leaning one way or another personally.
Yeah, and I wonder what their internal plan is. Do they just want to keep Drew doing Drew keep mopping up the game, build that confidence, keep working on your mechanics out there? And hey, well, we want to see you against a higher level of competition to see if we can, move on from Mason. If you're going to be able to be our number 2 going through the season, that might be one of their thinking. So it might still be that same quarterback rotation, Howard, then Allar to mop up. It's all what their plan is, because McCarthy said he's excited about both of them and excited about the plans they have for them. So that just got me thinking, okay, do they want to deviate from their plan based on what they saw? Like, hey, let's bump Drew up and we'll go down a level of competition to work on some things, or keep doing what we're doing, because Drew is just a redshirt year for development, and for it's a push to see if you can be that number 2 or eventual starter down the line faster than Drew can be, because we know Drew's going to take a little while longer. So it's all going to depend on what their internal plan is. But as fans, I want to see it flipped, just to see if what we saw was legit or not.
Mike, I'm going to be honest with you. What we saw was legit last night. I'm ready to put Drew Allar as my starter. I mean, let's be honest. Again, putting everything into consideration that it was preseason, it was backups. This is the only thing that's keeping me grounded. Because at the end of the day, the performance that I seen was exciting for me enough to jump on board. Yeah. But again, I do have to see this, Mike. If we see this again as he starts leveling up and playing better competition, perhaps maybe getting a little time somewhere in the season where opportunity is there. I mean, he certainly showed it. He certainly showed that ability. And again, if this is what he could bring and can continue to improve on, I'm leaning that way. I'm just going to leave it right there. I'm leaning that way. Let's get to some more stuff here, guys. I do see Big John Stud, middle name Mud. Great seeing you back in the house, brother. Back seeing you on the terrible board. I know that you are ready for the Steelers. As always, brother. We do have the Jets. We got the Jets coming up 1 week from tonight. So, guys, not too long. It isn't. It's done, Mike. The only time that we're going to have to wait is bye weeks, and then this little bye week between the preseason and the regular season. Other than that, it's all football, baby. There's never going to be no football until Valentine's Day. I gotta love it. I know the people on the board love it. I know people in Steeler Nation love it. Yinzers alike, everybody loves it. Steelers are back, and out of the 20 given games, Mike, we are 1-0. We are given 20 games on our schedule to play, and so far perfect. And so far, little Joey didn't stick around long, and also not seeing Tater. Tater didn't walk in the door today after his 49ers that he jumped ship from the Cleveland Browns from. Took the loss in preseason, Tennessee Titans. So again, I didn't really know if we would see either of them, but at least Joey had the balls to show up today.
He did. I respect Joey. He took the L like a champion.
He did.
Came in, made his presence known, and then bounced. I respect that.
That's why I don't kick guys out immediately or anybody. I give them their fair chance. I always say I'm a fair person. Maybe a dick sometimes, but by damn it, I'm fair. I'm fair.
Sometimes.
Let's continue. Let's go to right here on the board. Somber. He says Homer is ass. He's fucking ass. Followed by saying supposed to be some great pass pro guy. Got ran the fuck over. Let's go to Mark Malone. He says there must be a problem with the Johnson. The Johnson cannot get up and running. It's again not even getting the opportunities. So a lot of storylines going into week 2 of preseason for sure as this one wraps up. Mike, some things get answered, but some things not so much at all. So again, a lot of storylines heading into that Jets game. Mark Malone says got the case of the whiskey dick. He's talking about, of course, Johnson.
There's no twitch with the Johnson.
No twitching with the Johnson. Got to handle the Johnson right, or you might as well put it down. Let's go right here to Ty. He says, I'm nervous for 20, man. Somber says, Eli is not a running back. Lindsay says this, yeah, I'll be pissed if they get rid of him. Let's go right here. Down just a little bit. Somber said he's got a good story. Kevin says this, who had more yards, Homer or Heinrich? I think Heinrich. I'm sorry. I do believe.
Yeah, I think it was Heinrich.
Heinrich or Homer. Let's see. Homer had 4 carries for 8 yards. Heinrich had 9 carries for 21 yards. So, yes, it was little Eli that did. Let's do continue down a little bit more. Try not to get too far behind today. Again, welcome, everybody. If you just walked in the door, do jump on the poll. We do have a poll up. We're curious to see how everybody feels about Mike McCarthy so far. Again, after 3 weeks of practice and the offseason and a preseason game. Let us know how you feel. A couple different answers for you there on the poll. Jump in. Let us know. We are going to talk about it as we do move along. What's up, G? Great seeing G on the line as well. On the board, let's go right here to Lindsay. Did they seriously draft someone in the 3rd and then get rid of him when he didn't ever even play last year? That's what I'm saying. I just don't get it. But we'll continue to look, and it will be a storyline moving forward for sure, Lindsay. Somber says, Lou Nichols runs to 4.61, 40. Please stop the glaze. Also right here. But the guy balls out. Tell me he doesn't ball out. I mean, you watch the tape and compare it to what he did last year. It was the same exact game. He has good vision. Nobody's saying he's a superstar.
Jerry Rice ran like a 4.5, 4.6.
Yeah, exactly.
There's guys that run like 4.3s that you never hear of. It's like,
listen, Lou Nichols he's going to fall into the crowd like he did because he's not that great. But again, I don't think he stinks. Lou Nichols should be playing somewhere.
He's right now proving to be better than Caleb Johnson and Eli Heinrich.
Yeah,
and Homer. So for what we have on roster, he's RB.
Okay, I get you, Somber. Yeah, no, I agree with you. He says this. He goes, "I like Lou, just not." Yeah,
I don't think he's a starter. I think he might be RB3. That's
he could be on a team.
Just for what we have.
He could be better than practice squad. That's all I'm saying. Let's go to Ronald. Ronald says this. How about Pat Fryermuth? It still seems he's not being used enough on the flip side. Tanya looked great. I thought Tanya looked very smooth. And as a matter of fact, I wasn't putting the other two down. I love our tight ends. But I think that Tomlin could be Tonyan could be a big part of this offense. I think that he's, again, the dude's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. He is smooth. And he looks like he could be a very reliable guy on Sundays. Let's go to right here. He said, Mark Malone says this. I thought they'd give him a ton of carries last night, Lindsay. And that's what I thought too. So again, some of those questions that we thought would be answered last night certainly didn't get answered by way of a couple players and a few things here and there. Let's go here to Lindsay. Guess we will see. Ronald says, what does running back running a 4.61 mean? Somber says it means no breakaway speed. Ronald Tyrone says, I don't dislike Lou, but we need to see our 3rd pick, in my opinion, of course. Mark Malone, those donut makers shoot jizz right into the glaze, right? I worked in the field myself. I do have some insight, and I don't have an answer for that. I'm going to plead the 5th, whether I don't know, whether I do know, whether anything weird happens. I do know the answer to it. I'll just say that, and I'm going to move forward. Let's go here to Somber. He says, sorry, stopped riding dick is better than that. Also, Corey says KJ didn't play at all. He played a little bit. Ronald says, what does that have to do with being a running back? Sick Jones. He says, I glaze my wife's tits. In a day that the game ball should be something totally related to football, I think I'm going to throw my game ball at Sick for that.
That's a good one.
It made me smile for sure. Let's continue to Sosh on the board. Sosh says this. He says, speaking of KJ, can we all salute for our boy? He had 2 runs for 3 yards. I think he's officially gone. Corey says this. Mike, we'll get to some more topics here. Corey says this. At Ronald, if you don't have breakaway speed, you're not elusive based off of what we saw last season, and I didn't see him run over anybody. So if you don't possess any of those, how could you be a running back, especially in the NFL? Perhaps. Let's go right here. Happy birthday. Is it happy birthday, KJ?
8/14/2003 he was born.
All right. Well, listen, I made it a thing. I mean, you guys can say it all you want. I don't really say happy birthday. I just don't. I don't like when people say it to me, but happy birthday, I guess. There you go. Let's go right here. Let's go to Tortilla. He says, watching Rudolph and Homer play makes me want to shoot a nuke at the sun. I would have, yeah, no. Let's go right here to Corey. He says, hold up. Did he just say that? That's a circus trick. And a couple more guys. We're going to get into some more topics here. Let's go right to Tortilla. He says, you guys see that play where Homer got carried by his face for 5 yards? I did. Also, Corey says, Tortilla, a gain of 5 is a gain of 5. Laughing my ass off. And finally, I'm going to grab Somber. He says, if you don't know how speed relates to the running back position, I'm not sure I can help you. All right, guys, let's figure what else we're going to get into, Mike. This is some of the things, my take again on Coach Mack. Again, very vanilla. There's not a whole lot to go by. But what I seen, Mike, I seen an offense that is coming to life. Again, not a lot of starters, especially skill-wise on offense, and not a lot of depth in play call. However, you are starting to see life being breathed into the offense. I like that. On defense, it wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. There was a bend, don't break feel. And it feels like there's potential improvement there as well. And again, you kept the team from getting in the end zone. Say what you want. We're happy. Our guys scored 4 touchdowns, so we should be happy that we kept them out of the end zone, albeit preseason. So from what I'm seeing so far, I'm seeing life being breathed into the offense. I'm seeing the defense certainly showing potential. If they could get a little bit more stout. And again, the starters got to be playing full time for this to even be a conversation. But what I'm seeing so far, Mike, I like it. Again, guys, if you just walked in, jump on. Tell us how you feel on the poll of the day about Mike McCarthy's performance so far as the Steelers head coach. And we will give our grades here shortly, Mike. But the bend don't break defense, I liked again. And then the potential life being blown into the offense, I liked as well. Game 1 for me was a passing grade, certainly for the Steelers. I could give the whole team an A. But again, we're going to do grades in a second here, Mike. Just your thoughts on those things. The offense looked more lively than it has for quite some time. And again, only preseason, but you have to find this a little encouraging.
It was very encouraging. I like the offensive concepts that we saw. It was, routes designed to open up other routes, not just guys running to an area and hoping the quarterback opens them up. There are actual thoughts behind the concepts of every single play, and plays built to stack on top of each other. It was nice to see. I love that. I did not like any of the penalties. There are 4 personal fouls.
It was ugly early,
Yeah, it was ugly early. Coach Mack did have his first Macklinism, or McCarthyism, excuse me, of I'd rather have too many than not enough. I guess that was his "woe not sick 'em" type quote, talking about the personal fouls.
My thing, my first McCarthyism was when he got to the podium after the game, and it looks like he just played the whole entire game. I was seriously concerned about his health after the game. My God.
He makes me look good, so I keep it up, Coach Mack. But what concerned me is, once again, the defense could not stop anyone in the middle of the fucking field.
Yeah.
45 years of me watching football, and it has not stopped. Yes, it's just preseason, but I'm counting it. I lost more hair, and the hair I had turned grayer. I was concerned with the lack of pass rush, but we didn't have any of our big guns out there. But overall, I like the way the defense played. I like the way the secondary played. I like the way, we were seeing some zone blitzes that we haven't seen since, Keith Butler was still running the defense. So that was nice to see. It just, the offense reminded me of a Dick LeBeau, Keith Butler type defense. The offense, it was the typical Mike McCarthy offense with wrinkles thrown in. And we haven't seen an offense like this since Todd Haley, Big Ben, AB, and Bell. So, my nipples are still hard.
All right, Mike's checking on his nipples. Let's continue on the board here, guys.
I got to keep it on brand.
Absolutely. Let's continue to go right here. Tortilla, gain of 5 is a game of 5. Laughed my ass off. Okay, I'm just past this, I do believe. Let's go back to right here. Tortilla says, nah, he was in pass protection, followed up by saying he didn't gain any yards. We got sacked. Let's go to Sosh. Sosh says, this Steelers Pro Shop just tweeted, yes, we were sold out of Allar jerseys yesterday, and they are back in stock. Laughing out loud, guys. I know people are going to be getting their Allar jerseys. I know that Chop already has one, Mike. He's already had it since we drafted Drew Allar. And in our personal chat here for the show, I've seen many pictures of Chop with his Drew Allar jersey on. Sure, we'll start seeing more of them. Let's go here to Ronald. Ronald says this. I suggest you all look at some Terrell Davis videos and see the breakaway from constant defenders. And he ran a documented 4.75 40, and he had 1.70 10-yard split. Oh, and he is also in the Hall of Fame. I would have liked to see more out of his career, to be honest with you. But he was really good in that period of time that he played, for sure.
Fuck yeah, he was.
He was on a really good team. Lindsay says this, Somber, you cracked me up. I missed that comment. He says, well, I won $1 million. But there we are. Hell yeah. Let me know when you find it. I want in on that too. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says, Somber. He says, I kind of see the confusion. Maybe he meant fullback. Again, some TJ Watt emojis looking good on the board, guys. Again, if you do want to get in, a lot of these emojis on the board that you're seeing, you can jump in on the membership. It is only $1.99 a month. There is no commitment. You can cancel at any time. We do have all kind of cool stuff on there. There's the shirtless derpy. There is a couple Vanilla Thunders. There is the terrible towel, the fist logo, and a bunch of catchphrases, of course, from the show, and more still to come, guys. Again, more perks will also be added along the way. We're still, I think, just less than a weekend on that, so it is available for you if you do want to join and get a membership, guys. $1.99. Everything else totally free. Everything else is totally free. We don't do the begging thing for money. Let's go right here to Somber. He says Nichols is a practice squad darling. Like her, absolutely. Hurlman and Hurlman looked good last night for what it was worth too. So again, maybe Nichols and Hurlman, maybe they're good. They're just not good enough, perhaps. Or if they were somewhere else and they got an opportunity and somebody they don't have their personnel that we do, perhaps they get a shot. But I like watching both of those guys play football. Aaron Jade, he got to listen, the GOAT on the tube. I love it, baby. Again, Lindsay with the Watts on the emojis. Let's go to Ty. Ty got the Watts. Also saying Bernard just got open faster. Corey says at Ronald, linebackers were also slower during that time. A 4.75 was probably fast, comparable to linebackers of that day. So breaking away from those big bitches wasn't that hard for that era. That shit wouldn't fly now. I'm sorry. Lindsay says they both will be fine. Somber says I watched the tape. There was several plays when Roman was open and Mason didn't throw him the ball. Blame your savior.
Who's savior?
I think Mark Malone.
Okay.
Steeler Freak, there it is. Big Drew, big baller. What's up, bro? Great seeing you, my man. All the way from Las Vegas in the house. Let's go here to Ty. He says that 25 gain was dope. Yeah, the big plays were beautiful. I mean, come on. Anytime we broke a play last night, gotta love it. Very impressed Tyrone was. Bingo says this, all these quick replays or whatever are annoying already. In reverse, Nichols first down run when he clearly wasn't first down. Future shit show. John Steeler Freak says this, the offensive line must get gelled this year. Too many years of figuring it out. And you're right. I mean, despite it is a complete turnaround, we did put everybody on the right, on the left, and guys that. But you're right. They got to start gelling. Penalties got to stop. They got to start protecting their starting quarterbacks. Just a couple observations from last night. Let's go here to Somber. He says, I tried to tell people about Weegan on offense. Both my guys, Weegan and Nowakowski, both had touchdowns. They sure did. Boy, was it fun. Lindsay said, I'm sick of this weather. Just went outside and I'm soaked. It's bullshit, she says. It's bullshit, man.
It's cooling off in the next week, it looks like.
We'll be bundling up before you know it. Be scraping the windows, shoveling the walks, getting the heat turned up, going up and heating up the car. I do want to say I'm seeing on the board right here some Finch's teeth, and I can't wait to get to it. One of my favorite emojis, and I always forget to tell people about. There's also Finch's teeth on there as well.
Like that is such a deep cut too.
Yeah,
Finch's teeth.
Yes. Mike, couple of things here. The sloppy, the penalties. Fatanu, of course, is the storyline of the game early. The penalties never stopped, but again, I don't blame the penalties throughout the game. Mike, they were called because, again, officiating is tighter in the very first preseason game more than any other preseason game. So, again, yes, they have to stop, but at the end of the day, the early stuff, the Fatanu offsides, Mike, he had one offside penalty last year, I think it was, and I think he had 2 or 3 last night. So again, they got to fix this. This cannot no longer be a problem. But again, for me, have this conversation with me in 3 weeks, and we'll take it more serious after preseason game 1. I'm not going to complain, and we haven't been hearing about this problem at camp until just recently. So again, it could be isolated, and they could get it fixed. And if they do, I think we'll be okay. So whatever it is, whether it's the change of side, who knows what's going on with Fatanu. If you feel that he's going to be on this offensive line and a big part of it, then we just have to have confidence that he's going to fix the issue.
Yeah, you have a feeling they're going to work on that again this week for how big of an emphasis it was leading into the game. I expect Coach McCarthy to lay into those guys big time.
Yeah.
Because you got to clean it up, man. You can't – once the season starts, you can't put the offense behind the 8 ball.
I agree. It's big. A penalty can mess up your momentum, and it could change a game. An unnecessary penalty. So let's go right here. Yeah,
I was going to say real quick. I know I've been saying it for the past couple of days, but I am encouraged that they can turn it around because we were the 4th best at it last year in pre-snap penalties. We had the 4th.
We have a different game. We have a different system. I mean, it's last year and this year, 2 different stories.
Same guys, so that's why I'm confident. It's the same, more or less the same group. That's why I have confidence.
But totally out of whack, though. It's totally different, although it's still the same. You know what I mean?
I know. Well, let me have. It's Overreaction Friday. God damn it.
Okay, there you go. Overreaction Friday. Let's go right here. You did indeed somber. Lindsay said that. Mark Malone says this. I won't be surprised when McCarthy locks up Mason long term next year. Because all it does is rain or snow in Pittsburgh. It's rained a lot this August. Usually a lot hotter in Pittsburgh this time of year. A lot of rain. Which isn't abnormal either, but this particular time of year it is. Mason Adolph. Tortilla saying on the board. Steeler Freak says Lindsay's T-shirt is all wet. Rimsey's T-shirt is all wet. And yes, there has been some push for Rimsey to return, Mike, because you got to remember it was football season when she came, and somebody mixed up the name with Ramsey and Lindsay, and she was temporarily Rimsey on the show. And I do know that I see people fighting and pushing for it. Bring back Rimsey. I see on the board. Somber is fighting for that.
Yeah, Somber's fighting the good fight for bring back Rimsey.
Bring back Rimsey. Let's go here to Somber. Somber actually says this. He says the Magnum looked better, more looked like a water gun. Get the F out of Pittsburgh, bum. Let's see.
that was a slow burn.
That was a good one. Mark Malone hiding third Riker. Corey says this. At Sosh sounds like they never sold out and said they were just restocked to give people fear of missing out to hurry up and buy. Here we go, Steelers. There it is, Aaron, with the Rockets. Love to see it. As always, Ronald says, I heard KC offered us Patrick Mahomes and 10 first-round picks for Allar, but Colin said no way.
It's not enough. We need more.
Aaron Jade, cheers. The tie. Mark Malone says, if we're moving on from things, we need to start with JPJ. Lindsay says he's not even a backup anymore. Christopher says this, I'm going to be in the Berg until after the Jets game. And I'm flying to Buffalo, brother. I love your style, man. Shit.
Jesus.
I love it. And
secret millionaire.
Hey, whatever. None of my business.
None of my business.
Just observing the awesome vacation.
If you're looking to adopt a overweight, balding,
bald-headed white guy, there you go.
I am right here.
We got him readily in stock. Let me go grab him from the back room. Let's go here to Mark Malone. He says this, spend a little of that money on offense. And John at Steeler Freak says this, I'm not sure Rooney wants to play a kid. He thinks marketing would more than likely go get another vet if Rodgers gets injured. And we're kind of looking competitive this year as well. Also, John, you know what I mean? Maybe give the kid a chance if Aaron went down injured. But again, we're competitive. We want to keep winning. So perhaps you're right. And I do want to just jump up at the top right here where John does say this. He says, Rimsey is Derpy's jailhouse nickname.
Oh, wow.
And if you've seen on the board, John, we do have emojis on there of Derpy with no shirt. Mike, why don't you throw a shirtless Derpy up on the screen to let John enjoy while we crack into this next topic here. Guys, I'm going to talk about the rookies, Mike. Then we're going to get to grade by positions here in just a moment. And as you see, John, right there on the board below you is naked Derpies. They wouldn't allow us to throw the titties on there, but there you go. It was the best we could do by what they allow us to do.
I tried to get the titties on there.
We tried to get, I swear to you.
I tried hard.
It wasn't due to lack of effort. I got to be honest with you. Let's go down here, guys. Let's talk rookies, Mike. Let's give, we're going to do some rookie grades, and then we're going to do position grades. Let's go right here. We're going to start and go in order. Of course, Max did not play due to his injury. Hopefully, we'll see him back next week. Certainly, to see how this offensive line looks, of course, against the Jets, guys. 1 week from today, we'll be playing that game here in Pittsburgh. Mike, rookies, Jeremy Bernard. On a quick grade, we're not going to put a lot into. We talked a lot about a lot of these rookies so far. We're going to get into the grades for everything else here in just a moment. Mike, a flash grade. Jeremy Bernard, what did you give him for what you saw last night?
I'm going to give him an A.
Yeah,
I liked what I saw. Like once he got ball in hand, what he was able to do with it. I haven't seen the all 22, so I'm just basing off of like the camera angles too for when you'd see him flashing a route where he wasn't targeted. I thought he looked good at it.
All right. Flash grades both got A's on that one, Mike. Let's go to the third round guy, Drew Allar. Drew Allar, can you give him anything but an A? Again, no overreactions is involved here. Drew Allar got an A last night, hands down. Again, the competition will get better, hopefully, and we'll be able to take a look at how that looks. But by far as grades go, I give Drew Allar an A, hands down. There's no questions asked.
A+ for Drew Allar. That's an A++.
And again, jump in on the board, guys. Sommer gives Bernard a B+, and also we did also get through Drew Allar as well. So do throw that up on the board if you do want to throw some grades up. Let's go to Everett, Dalen Everett, Mike. It was minimal from what I saw. I saw him involved in a couple plays, but at the end of the day, it's kind of an incomplete for me. I need to see some more Dalen Everett. From what I saw, I'm just going to give him a C because it's average, but I don't have much more information on that at this point. So I'm going to C on some Dalen Everett. I mean, it's not a bad C. It's just I need more.
Yeah, I need more too. Like I said, I didn't watch the all 22. I'm just gonna go flash grade like B-, C+. Like he didn't look that bad, didn't look that great. So yeah, C+.
Let's go. I do want to grab. I just want to say what's up to Loud Harley on the board. Welcome back to the show. He said in 2 weeks when the Browns cut Sanders, all you guys are going to be all over that trail. Well, I mean, yeah, who knows? Maybe. The Browns conversation has been pretty low this year since Tater's been gone. Matter of fact, the only reason we really talked about him last year was because Tater was here. But
that was it.
Yeah. I mean, when they flub up, when they do something stupid, I guess we talk about them. Let's continue though. Let's go right here. Let's go to next on the list, guys. Jennings Dunker. Again, for me, he did well for what I saw. It wasn't a whole lot to go off of.
Yeah.
I'll get back and watch the tape in the future. But from what I saw, Mike, I just have to give him an average. I didn't see him do anything great. I didn't see him F up. At the end of the day, I got to give Dunker. I'm going to give him a C, just because, again, basically for the same reason I gave Dalen Everett a C. Just lack of stuff to go by.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a C+ as well. Like you can tell, he's definitely a guard at the NFL level. He admitted it. He can tell he's not going to be a tackle. No finesse, just a straight mauler. I liked what I saw, so I'm encouraged. C+.
Yeah, I'm going to C with Dunker. Tyrone, C with Dunker on the board. All right, my man Aaron, have a great day, dude.
Have a good one, brother.
Take care to you as well. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. It's Victory Friday. Enjoy it. We'll get back at it Monday. Get ready for the Jets. All right, so Dunker, Mike Weegan. Come on, that's a big flashing A.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
You don't go for 74 yards, and also Weegan's definitely an A. What do you got on Weegan? An A as well?
Yeah, I'm good at A as well. Definitely that big pass play. The returns look solid out there. There's still,
certainly did not look like a person that never played a snap in the NFL.
Didn't look lost. I liked what I saw. I'm very encouraged.
And gee, I couldn't agree with you more. He's saying A+. Dude brought it. He sold me. He sold me last night. I was again, a long way to go. However, he did sell me. I got my first real look at Weegan, and I was excited. I was happy with what I seen. Very confident, poised young man, and again, he moves a lot better than I was expecting. So again, good for him. Weegan gets an A+, guys. Somber says the punt and kick. I mean, it was abysmal again, and it is actually week 1. So again, all these things are expected. Let's go to the next guy. Let's go to Riley Nowakowski, another guy, Mike. I think that he outplayed himself a little bit. I think he played better than people expected him to play. I think his touchdown was nice. He caught a ball. I think he dropped the ball earlier.
He dropped it. Yeah, he dropped
it.
But
for that reason, I'm going to drop him down to a B+. But at the end of the day, rookie scoring touchdowns are always a good thing for me. I'm going to give him a B+. Riley Nowakowski, I thought looked just fine.
Yeah, I liked what I saw out of him. I'm still going to go. Damn. Let's go B- for Riley.
All right, let's go to Marco Rubio, your boy Marco Rubio. Of course, Gabe Rubio. I thought he looked beastie out there. From what I saw, I'm going to give Rubio a B. I'm going the big B for Gabriel Rubio.
I'm going B+ for Gabe Rubio. I liked what I really saw. I thought he played better than YA Black. Of course, you got to look at the level of competition. But I thought Rubio had a much better game than YA Black. I'm encouraged by what I saw from him. He looked strong. He was fighting off double teams. B+ for Rubio.
All right, guys. 2 more rookies. RSJ, Mike. RSJ. I'm kind of go ahead.
I was going because I really liked what I saw from him. I didn't mean to interject.
No, you're good.
I'll go to B+ for him. This guy was flying all over the place. I'm sorry. Yeah, I really love him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm right there with you. And then finally, little Eli. I wanted to like him a little bit more than what I did when it was all said and done. Again, he'll still have a couple more opportunities, but if a kid, he's just not Christian McCaffrey. And again, maybe that's our problem. It was put into our head that he has Christian McCaffrey type ways, and perhaps this is what I was looking for, but it was not what I saw. This guy will not be on the team in 3 weeks if he does not step up his game. In my opinion, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying that he is a 7th round guy that probably wasn't going to be drafted, perhaps out of Navy. So at the end of the day, unless he really steps up and starts looking a lot more like Christian McCaffrey in the next 3 weeks, I don't think he is going to make the 53.
Yeah, I'm going to go with an incomplete with him. I want to give him the 7th round pick. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt here to see what he can do. But some of those other later round picks like Rubio and Robert Spears-Jennings were balling out, and he was not. Granted, he does have to rely on an offensive line. But I just didn't see that burst that I was hoping to see.
Like Weegan has a burst, and Eli doesn't. This is kind of what I was looking for. This is a fast league. You got to be able to move. You can't have the old fashioned white end kind of player anymore. Like these guys are the fastest, best athletes on the planet. They play this game better than everybody else. So you got to be. There's a million kids behind you that might be able to make it. So you got to bring it. And if he's going to bring it, he got to bring it because, again, in 3 weeks, if he doesn't look better than he did last night, he's not going to be on the 53, man. And, again, perhaps it is the aura that came with the whole situation. We were expecting to see Christian McCaffrey. But for me personally, he's got to ball out, Mike. He's got to ball out. This guy won't be around. Whether Tampa Bay ends out going and signing him ultimately or he heads out into the world and does whatever, he won't be on the 53, man. If we see what we seen last night from him in the next 2 games, I got to see what makes him special, and I just haven't seen it yet.
Excuse me. It's just what you saw in tape in college in this small sample size did not translate over. Some guys they look really fast, really athletic in college. Now you put them up against the top, 1%. It's a night and day difference.
That's when you got to remember it is the top 1%. These guys are, you can't have around. You can't have around. You got to get your shit together.
Yeah, you may be going against guys that are going to be selling insurance here in a couple weeks, but they're still part of like the 1.1% of the best players in the world. So it's still, but you still got to be able to produce against them. You didn't see it. Hopefully, it was just that first game, and the looks in front of them from the line overall was not run blocking well on any of the groups. So that could be a part of it as well. I was just hoping to see a little bit more athleticism out of him.
I do want to take a minute. I want to jump up top to welcome Russell Morrow. Russell Morrow to the board. Welcome to the Terrible Board. Welcome to the show. I recognize your name, Russell. I spend a lot of time watching the reactions by Dr. DeLay, and I do recognize your name, and I do want to say welcome to the show. Great to have you here, Russell. Certainly very familiar. I've seen your name. I used to go on as me, but now I go on as another name for I don't even want to get into it. But anyway, welcome to the show, Russell. Great to have you here. He says, I'll take Drew for a backup quarterback. And you know what? If Drew comes out and plays the way that he played last night, Mike, again, albeit against third and fourth stringers, if he plays the way he played, I would happily have him as my backup quarterback this year. Happily. And maybe we will get those opportunities because we have the Jets on Friday, and then we go up to Buffalo. We go up to Buffalo to play after that. So if we start to see him, continue to do what he does, Mike, maybe playing up a little bit, playing more in the second quarter, getting a little first quarter action perhaps by the third game, then you just might be able to have that happen. Yeah. Again, Mason's going to be Mason. He is your safe pick as of right now. But if things work for you and things are moving in your direction, I would happily have Drew Allar as my backup quarterback, Mike. So again, I need to see him continue to move up the ladder, get some late first half action like Will Howard had. Maybe switch them around this week. Give Will the final part of the game. Let him play the lower competition. Let Drew step up, play the mid-tier competition, and go from there. I think that this is necessary for me to learn about my quarterbacks in this next game and moving forward through the preseason. He has to continue to move up, and he did everything that he had to move up to the next level. I got to see that from him and to be sold entirely because, again, it is preseason, game one against the lower competition. So I like what you're saying. I just need and want to see more.
Exactly, yeah. But like I said before, what's their internal plan for them? Do they want to alter it after one good outing, or are they going to stick their course? If they're playing, I just don't know what it is, but I'm with you. I want to see them two flipped. Just to see.
In a perfect world, this is what's going to happen this weekend, next weekend. Providing that it goes the way that we think that it should go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we come out and it's totally ass backwards. We don't know what the hell's going on.
Exactly, But like whatever McCarthy's going to do with the quarterbacks, I'm going to trust just because he has such a cachet when it comes to quarterbacks. He knows how to develop them, has more hits than failures. So whatever his plan is for them, I'm just going to trust and watch it. But me personally, as you said, logically, you would want them to flip, but you never know. You never know what the mad scientist has in mind.
You're right. I do want to say thank you for Tyrone. Tyrone, have a safe trip, brother. Great having you as always. Thank you. Tyrone says, great show as always, you bastards. Thank you so much, Ty. Have safe travels. We'll talk to you soon. My man, Ty, great seeing you as always. Let's go. Again, I do want to welcome Foot's Big as well. Foot's Big in the house. He comes through. He does have a membership. Thank you and congratulations to being one of the newest members to the $2 show. Great house. He says, how is everybody? We're doing good. It's Victory Friday. And to be honest with you, couldn't be much better. Yes, it wasn't a perfect game, but Mike, that was a damn fun and good game for Steeler fans to watch and a good first step of the first of 20 games that are given by schedule to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike, we'll certainly take it. Again, the Steelers 28, the Packers 9. How you feeling about this, guys? How you feeling about your football team? Still ways to go. But again, if you just walk through the door, do jump over on the poll. Let us know how you feel about Mike McCarthy's performance so far. Off season, training camp, first game of the preseason. Let us know how you feel, guys. On the poll, we will release the numbers here real soon. Actually, Foot's Big, I love it. He's got the emojis out there, Mike. I'm seeing the watts. I'm seeing all kind of stuff. Welcome, Foot's Big. We're glad to have you on the Terrible Board. Russell as well. No fumbles, no interceptions. Those are all pluses. Mike, you would think with two rookie quarterbacks, you would have seen a little bit more problems. Of course, Will Howard didn't play a snap last year. Drew in his natural rookie year, no interceptions, no fumbles, no bobbling snaps around, no muffed handoffs. So all those things, again, are very encouraging. And those are things that you don't have to say, well, the defense was a third or fourth stringer. These are things that the quarterbacks are expected to do well, and they did them well, Mike. Again, no handoff issues, no anything of that nature.
Yeah. I think like in the over and unders, I had us over on turnovers or interceptions. So I thought these young guys would go out there, especially Howard, haven't thrown a competitive ball in like 2 years now.
Right.
Would want to go ripping one in somewhere, but both of those guys played smart football. And if they weren't threading the needle in there, the ball was put into a place where only their guy could get the ball. They both played smart, heady football into the way. Yes, the way the defenses were playing, but the way the offenses were play calls, especially for Howard, you saw guys running free, running wide open, and he was just finding them perfectly. So there was none of that, and it was a combination of the play calling, the defense, and just the quarterbacks playing smart. And that's what I was so happy to see, man.
Absolutely, and I apologize. I chuckled, but I'm kind of looking ahead here on the board, Mike. Let me just grab Ty real quick. He says Jack Sawyer, great run stuff, needs to work on pass. Absolutely, and as I said, there's a little left to be desired with Jack Sawyer for me, Mike. Again, just a little stiff in the hips. I would like to see him be, Tortilla Jackson. My man says, "Oh, y'all see box sack? Absolutely, look good. He's a little beast." And then finally. This right here is the one I wanted to get to because, of course, Mike, you'll see when I read it. John, okay. Big John Stud, middle name Mud. He says this Steeler freak O-line looks more like the O-line looks raw like Lindsay at 4 a.m. after girls' night out.
Wow.
I'm backing off.
John coming in hot and heavy.
Yes.
Firing no warning shots towards Ramsey, just direct fire.
You know what? I haven't gone down far enough to see Lindsay's response, but again, this caught my eye. I'm sorry I had to stop the show, but again, 4 a.m., 4 in the morning. Lindsay, there you go. Big John Stud back. We know he's back, guys. Great to see everybody today. Again, thank you for being here, Mike. Let's get to. I got two things, one offense, one defense. Then we are going to do our grades by position, give a game ball, and then finally start to wrap the show because we start rounding third base. We do have the Duquesne Pilsner question of the day. Mike, you were going to try to win and not lose because, again, the poo-poo prize, the booby prize, the bad prize, who knows what it's going to be, as you had to eat crickets last time. When you got it correct, you won a free Duquesne Pilsner beer to drink, Mike, early on a Monday morning show. So again, we'll try to see how that goes today. Let me grab a couple more here. Mark Malone, the myth, the man, the mustache says, keep Weegan out there to the next 2 games. Tyrone says the kickoff teams need to block better. Absolutely. Let's go here to, let's go to Steeler Freak John. He says, I read Weegan on his shirt last night. No glasses and great weed. Big John Stud, great seeing you. And how's Terry Bongshaw? I haven't heard about Terry Bongshaw in a while. Great seeing G on the board. He says Drew Allar went off. He sure did. But again, guys, as John is saying in the next message, don't forget Kenny Pickett had a perfect preseason. He sliced and diced defenses, albeit he finished a winning record that year. But again, just keep this stuff in mind. We have a lot more preseason, a lot more preparation, a lot more getting ready for the regular season to go. So again, as fun as it was, as productive as it was, everything that we took away from this game, we still got a ways to go, guys. So again, off on the right foot. This is where you want to be at this particular time. The black box sack, Somber is saying. Let's go here to Gigi says, I love those drives. Let's go here to agree Steeler Freak. Lindsay says, I agree. Steeler Freak, and I'm assuming that's probably not from the comment that we found humorous. Unless 4 a.m. is a great time to catch Lindsay. I don't know. Let's go here to Corey. Don't drink that. Jack Sawyer reminds me of the guy that misses a tackle and gets up and says, I would have got him if my cleats weren't untied. Me personally, again, yes, he had a good year. He seemed to be in the right places at the right time, though, last year. I need to see me some more from Jack Sawyer. That's just me personally again. Let's jump right up here to the top to where Tortilla says Rimsey Raw. Where is this show going? Guys, it is Victory Friday. you could tell, Mike, you could tell the attitudes, the personalities, everybody's having a good time, enjoying themselves today, getting ready to go into next week with another former Aaron Rodgers-led team, the New York Jets. So Packers this week at home, Jets next week. We'll get a look at the Buffalo Bills in a couple weeks, Mike. So it's coming fast. This offseason is done. It is time for nonstop Steelers, and I love it.
I fucking love it, dude. Hopefully we have Steeler games from now until fucking February.
Until February 14th.
Until Valentine's Day, baby.
And then you figure you add on the Super Bowl parades and everything, Mike. This is going to go well through the end of February.
Exactly. And then it'll carry us right into draft season, baby.
It'll go right in the draft season. You're right. And you know what? With the big draft that just went down in Pittsburgh this year, you got to love the vibe. You got to love the feel of everything going on, the new coaching change, the new system. Again, the whole stale feeling is starting to slowly just work its way out of Steeler Nation. You got to like this. And again, with the draft, the offseason we had, a lot of good things for the Pittsburgh Steelers as everybody else around the country continues to tell us we're going to be bad. We're going to be in last place. We're going to finish below the Browns. Come on. You're crazy. That's crazy talk, right?
Get out of here.
So let me get these two things, guys, and then we're going to get into the big grades of the day and the game ball. Mike, the reasoning. Do you want to know the reasoning that Aaron Rodgers didn't play last night, or do you want to hear Keanu Benton's goal for this season?
Keanu Benton's goal.
Okay. All right, here we go, guys. Keanu Benton, he has a personal sack goal. Last year, he hit his career high at 5.5 sacks in the season last year. Keanu Benton, Mike, he has set a personal goal this year, and his personal goal is 8 sacks. And if Keanu Benton gets 8 sacks, you know what? That's going to be really good for our defense.
It would be huge.
Absolutely.
Like he had 5 last year, up from a combined 2 or 3 the previous year.
Right.
And if he can keep progressing like that, it's going to tell me he's finishing plays in the backfield.
Finishing those plays.
That was he was Ray Horton, the old I think that was his name, the old D-line coach last year. That was harping on Benton. It's like, dude, you got to finish the plays. You're getting home. Finish the play, and if he's going to up that sack total, that's going to be huge. He'll be finishing those plays, being a disruptive force in that backfield. I love the ambitious goal set by Keanu.
I do too.
Challenge yourself, keep pushing it,
and
he has the talent to do it,
and he wants paid. He's still looking for a payday as well, just like JPJ, Mike. So again, he's going to want to prove himself. So you may see that kind of increase in his play this year as he searches for that contract.
Oh yeah, he's going to want to get that big time deal because there are reports out there that some teams are willing to make a big push for Keanu Benton.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
And if he goes out there and balls out, better, great for us. I want to see him go out there and just dominate fronts because that's good. You have him, Harmon, and Cam dominating up front. Look the fuck out, man.
I just want to jump up top real quick to let Russell know. I have them on a 12-5 as well this year. That is my prediction. I believe the Steelers are going to go 12-5. Mike, now the Aaron Rodgers, the real reason. Some people may know, they may have read it, but this is the reason that Aaron Rodgers didn't play. Of course, there was speculation that he was going to play, and then he didn't want to play, and then he said it was, paraphrasing, it was not worth my time to play. Mike McCarthy wants him to play, and then ultimately when it came down to it, he was not in the lineup last night, Mike, and this reason was because the 1 and 2 wide receivers did not play. DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman, of course, with their injuries from last Saturday night, they didn't participate. And for that reason is why it was explained to us is why Aaron Rodgers did not play last night.
So why build some rhythm and chemistry with the young guys? That's just,
What? Wait, what?
Why not have him out there and try and build some rhythm
exactly
with the young guys?
Maybe he has no intention on throwing to Roman Wilson, perhaps. I mean, is the writing on the wall? You know what I'm saying?
It's just like, to me, that's BS. It's like you just don't
want to play preseason.
So you mean to tell me if those two were out there, but we didn't have Frazier and Fatano, Aaron Rodgers would still play? or they say, "Oh, we didn't
No,
have our
the skill players, the
yeah,
receiver.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like if we had DK and Pittman, but we didn't have Frazier and Fatanu, would Rodgers have played? Fuck no. They would have said, "Oh, we can't put him out there. We don't have our two of our better starters on the offensive line." They're going to find a way to limit his snaps in the preseason and make it look like it's because of personnel type issues.
Let's go right here. And here's the thing: if they both would have been available, he would have in fact played. But again, listen, I don't think it's anything conspiracy theory. This is what I think it is. I think it's Aaron being Aaron. It's Aaron. Listen, this is why I can't wait till he's gone. Ultimately, I like him. He's going to lead the team. And I said, as long as he's here, he's my quarterback. I'm going to root for him. But at the end of the day, Mike, Aaron Rodgers is, he's going to be Aaron Rodgers. And these are the little things that I kind of feared when we brought him over initially. But as those things kind of, they stay by the wayside and he went out and played good football, you kind of forgot these kind of things. But at the end of the day, come on, it's Aaron Rodgers. He's with Coach Mike McCarthy. Well, somebody cares, obviously, Torti. I mean, people were – so, I mean, come on. It's Steeler news. So at the end of the day, where was I even going with that? Where was I going?
No idea.
Maybe nobody cares, so we just won't talk about it. I don't know. No, here's. I truly, honestly forgot where I was at. Actually,
when Tortilla said he was being no more Mr. Nice Guy, he meant it. I didn't think he'd be going after you.
Let me. I might rehatch it by reading messages. Hold on. Right here, Somber. Good Lord, Tortilla. Who cares? Yeah, I ain't too worried about it either. See how? Yeah. Oh, so with the conspiracy theories and that. So it's too Aaron Rodgers to me. It's too Aaron Rodgers to me, guys. Why is this even a thing? Why do I have to be on a certain level for Aaron Rodgers to throw me a football? Why do I have to be in your friend group for you to want to throw a ball to me on a field where I'm a receiver, you're a quarterback? If I'm open, throw me the fucking ball. What's the problem? It's an Aaron Rodgers thing. This has nothing to do with conspiracies. This doesn't have anything to do with anything. This is an Aaron Rodgers thing. This is something that I was expecting to see all along. We didn't see it as much as I expected. And at the end of the day, if he wanted to play, he would have played. At the end of the day, guys, so for me, I'm ready for our team to move forward. Let Aaron go back to Green Bay and retire. Again, he's my quarterback now. I'm going to support him. I'm going to be on it. But at the end of the day, when he goes back to Green Bay and retires as a Packer, we move forward. I'm going to be totally fine with that because, again, if you can't see those things about Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what to tell you. They happen quite often, and they have since they got here, but not quite as much as I thought they were going to. Your thoughts, Mike?
Yeah, like we saw last year, the minute MVS got here and Thielen got here, he was targeting them nonstop. They got to play more, and when Roman was in there, did not look his way, but yet Roman goes hiking and camping with them, and in practice he's just throwing him the ball nonstop. And then
exactly.
And then in practice you're hearing, hey, he's really not targeting or looking for Jeremy a whole lot because he still needs to, things to learn. So it's, read into it what you want to read into it. I don't care. It's just as long as when regular season comes around, they start fucking just throwing it to whoever's the fuck is open.
So let me ask you this. If Pittman and DK play next week, would you be surprised or not surprised? He is conceded. You're right, Russell. And again, everybody seems to let this go because you know what, he's doing well and he's doing okay and people like him. He's not pissing anybody off, but it truly is. If DK and Pittman play next week, do you expect Aaron to play a series?
Yeah, if those two play.
I do, absolutely.
Yeah.
And because it's Aaron, and that's what I'm talking about. It's not a conspiracy. It's Aaron. It's Aaron being Aaron, and this has been the way his whole career. He had the Jets coach fired the year before he removes himself from the team, before he left the Jets. So again, this is Aaron being. This is what I'm talking about. Not conspiracies. I'm talking about. Look at the way things happen when he's around. Again, he had the Jets change their whole system. He had them get the head coach fired. So again, what Aaron wants, Aaron gets. And again, if you put those two receivers in the game next week, I promise you he gets that first series. I promise you. There's no conspiracies to it. As I did read it, guys, those two did not play, so neither did Aaron. As Coach McCarthy was adamant on having him play in the preseason. Am I right or am I wrong? This was something that Mike McCarthy continued to say, and it didn't happen, and those two guys weren't in. So do the math. Come on.
Yeah, and Aaron said he really doesn't want to play. And the
Yeah.
coach said, I want him to play. So
Exactly. I'm the coach.
It's called saving face.
I want you to play. You're the player. You say you don't want to play, and then you don't play. You tell me what just happened.
Yeah.
You tell me what just happened. I'm the head coach, trying to get respect in this locker room, and I say I want you to play. And you come in as Aaron Rodgers, and you say I don't want to, and then you don't play. Come on. Has nothing to do with conspiracies. If you don't care, clock out. I don't care. Yeah, what do you want me to do? Just talking. We're talking Steelers. You don't. Come on. What do you want me to say? Who cares? I don't care what you're saying. Let's continue along, guys. Let's get into the grades. Let's get into the grades, guys. We are going to go through position by grade. Mike, we're going to start at quarterback as we do every year after a game. Let's go start at the quarterback. Now we're talking about every quarterback. 1, 2, 3, 4, the one that didn't play, perhaps. What's your grade on the quarterbacks for their play? Now, you got to think of the whole. Mason had good numbers. Will had good numbers. And Drew had great numbers. What's your grade, Mike, as you were grading a report card, A, B, C, D, F, on the quarterback room last night?
I'm going to go with an A, solid A. I liked what I saw from all quarterbacks, pre-snap on through the plays. No real boneheaded decisions from any of them. Everyone, they showed me what I wanted to see out of them. So I'm going to give them an A.
And you got to. There's nothing lower than an A that you could have given these quarterbacks. Even as, like I said, Mason was Mason. But at the end of the day, Mike, there was nothing that you could give this quarterback room less than an A for last night. I got to give him an A there. Let's go here to the running back room. The running back room, a little bit more. I would have loved to see more Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
I thought Lou Nichols looked good. I thought a few of the other guys looked okay. I was kind of upset with I wanted more from Eli. But at the end of the day, pound for pound for my running back room, Mike, I'm giving a C plus, B minus. It wasn't anything great. Wasn't anything terrible. Preseason game 1, a lot of these guys aren't even going to be on the team. Offensive line still getting it together. So at the end of the day, I mean, I got to go C plus or B minus with this the backfield. Again, nothing great, nothing terrible.
I'm gonna go C minus. I just overall the totality of the performances left me wanting, but that's also because of the offensive line too. So those grades kind of go in hand. So I'm going to go C minus.
All right. Let's get Mike to wide receivers. I thought Jeremy looked good. I mean, he got his work in at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
That was obviously what they wanted to do with him. Get him in early, get him out. Everybody is shitting on him in here today. Loyal for it. Let's go right here. Still Loyal's talking about it's not good. And it's not his performance. The fact that he didn't even get the opportunities. What's the writing on the wall that we're supposed to be reading about Caleb? You know what I mean? Travis Homer, again, he was what he was early. I think we were just trying to get a good look and see what the hell he even brings to the table. Whether he's even on the team at the end of the year, it's questionable. But for the running back, I'm sorry, Mike, for the wide receiver room, that's where we are, the wide receiver room. I apologize. Jeremy Bernard looked good early. Of course, Weegan, fantastic. A catch, 74 yards. I guess Brandon Johnson got hurt from what I'm seeing.
Brandon Smith, yeah.
Brandon Smith, I'm sorry. Also, I'm looking here, Mike. Roman Wilson, 1 target. So at the end of the day, the things that were good.
Yeah.
Weegan looked good. Jeremy looked good. Smith again. So what's your grade on the wide receiver room?
I'm going to give them an A. I liked what I saw out of them. Like I said, again, haven't watched any of the All-22, but what you can see on TV, guys were settling down into zones in good spots. Guys were running real. They looked to be nice, crisp routes, especially for like your higher end guys. I liked it. And the guys that were in there working with Allar were making some plays and getting open. I liked what I saw for their skill level and the level of competition they're going up against. I'm going to give those guys an A.
All right, wide receivers, Mike. Again, for what Weegan did, the big play. Again, Jeremy Bernard, solid. A few things, Mike. I got to give him a B plus at the end of the day. Maybe an A minus because again, I love the 74-yard play on the very first pass from Drew Allar. Could have been a touchdown. Just give him another 3 feet, if even that. So at the end of the day, it was a successful run, and guys that you wanted to see do good really did well. So again, that's a pretty good grade as well. Let's get to the tight end room, Mike Tonyan. I thought looked solid as hell. I think Pat Freiermuth had one catch. Washington was basically blocking last night. But for what it was, what you got out of the tight end room, there wasn't many mistakes, wasn't many drop balls, anything of this nature. So, I mean, I got to go by basically the same with my tight ends, B plus, A minus.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like that B plus range, low A minus. Yeah, nothing flashy, nothing fancy. It seemed more like this was a showcase for the wide receivers. Let's get them involved in my God, like you said, we didn't even target Mount Washington. He was just basically a run blocker and a guy to clear out space for some routes underneath that I saw. But I liked the way they played. Give them B plus.
Absolutely. Let me get back in here. Let's go to the offensive line. This ought to be interesting, guys. I do want to just jump in here real quick. It's awesome. Again, Russell, thank you for being here. Welcome. You have always been from Pittsburgh. That's great, my man. We love to have you here. Again, I do recognize your name from over on baseball. So, Steel Loyal, I agree with you 100%. I do want to say welcome to Steel Loyal all the way from North Carolina. He's saying that Robert Tonyan is making this roster. Mike, I think that Robert Tonyan easily makes this roster. Again, very solid football player. Let's get to this offensive line. A lot of issues early. These are issues that carried over from training camp. The word last week was there's a lot of mistakes. Too many. The mistakes are high. And at the end of the day, that was the story. But our young quarterbacks didn't get killed, did they?
No, they did not get killed. They handled the pressure well if any got to them.
I thought so.
And the O-line, like, it's kind of hard for me to give a grade because different groups played a whole hell of a lot better. Whereas the other groups, they all kind of were consistent performers across the board. Run game, no group looked really good. Pass blocking, that first team did not look good, but second and third groups pass blocking improved exponentially. So I'm going to give the O-line a total of like a C minus. There's a lot of room to go. Like, the pre-snap penalties, the 0 openings in the run game, and the inconsistent pass blocking from that first team. Definitely for like Fatanu and Dylan Cook looked terrible. So I'm giving them a C minus.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there with me, Mike. There has to be improvement on this offensive line. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's opposite of what it was last year. You got the right on the left. You have the right as guys that weren't on the starting offensive line last year. And you got to remember, you're going to play teams that bring it, like the Houston Texans do. So again, that offensive line has to come a ways. It's got to improve, Mike. And again, preseason game one, I'm not very concerned. Again, if these issues are the issues in 3 weeks when we're anticipating Atlanta coming to town, then this is becoming a story to me. But again, it was as of late in the practice season, Mike, whenever they started talking about these issues. And again, we've seen it heavy yesterday. But a couple of things we also mentioned as well, that first preseason game, and they did mention on the air that this is a highly officiated game. They really press the rules in the first preseason game. So again, we'll continue to watch. And again, this conversation becomes more of a conversation a couple weeks down the road. I'm just going to need some more time to get a look at that. Okay, sounds good. Sounds great, my man. Russ, we appreciate you. Every day, Monday through Friday, we are here 5 days a week live, 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Again, thank you for stopping by. Great seeing you, my man. I'm sure I will see you over on the baseball games soon. Thank you. So the offensive line, Mike, it's time to switch over to defense. The defensive line. Of course, we didn't see Big Cam. You got to take a look at some other people. Y.A. Black. Your take, defensive line.
Defense line, first team defense line, I didn't like a whole lot. I didn't like what I saw out of Y.A. Black. They were gashing us in the run game. It started to feel like if this is going to be a real game, they're going to be able to run all over us, but it got better as the game went on. I'm going to go like a C for them. I thought the second, third group played a whole lot better than the first group.
Yeah, I thought so too. And again, these are things we'll have to continue to watch, Mike. Defensive line was okay. Bend don't break. A lot of times they were giving up decent sized runs, but it's very hard to judge these kind of things also in preseason a lot of times. Let's get to the linebackers. Again, we're going to put the linebackers, the inside and the outside all together here. Me personally, Mike, just adding a Landon Roberts to the linebackers overall brings this grade up, and the guy didn't even play
Right.
yesterday. So, due to him being on this team, Mike, he's a hitter. He's a good run stopper. He gets his nose in there. He makes plays. Is not afraid to put the hat on the ball. So again, at the end of the day, I like the linebacker room all in all. Seeing Alex Highsmith playing a little last night, he was moving around. Of course, TJ wasn't involved. But if you're talking linebackers from left to right, inside, outside, all said and done, Landon Roberts by default brings the grade up. For me, in the middle of the field, we've seen some Peyton Wilson last night.
Yeah.
Still inconclusive. I have to see some TJ. I got to see some Patrick. I have to see a little bit more from the linebackers, top to bottom. I've seen some Carson Bruner. I've seen things like this, Mike. But again, it's kind of an incomplete grade for me when it comes to the linebackers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go be generous and go with like a C plus. C plus. You know, because like you said, we didn't see a whole lot of Patrick Green, didn't see a whole lot of Peyton Wilson or Alex Highsmith. There's a decent amount of Cole Holcomb on down from that depth chart there. Again, I think that the second and third group played better than the first group, but you know, the first group did not have any of the heavy hitters out there.
Right.
It's kind of hard to judge them, but so I'm just going to go like C plus, B minus. I didn't even pay attention to how they did in coverage and shit like that.
Secondary, ASJ. Dalen Everett. And again, we're going to lump up the secondary safeties and corners and throw in. Cole did have some nice plays still. What was it the one time he did something that, you know what? I think it was even after a play. I think he was hitting somebody that was late, but he didn't get called. But that was definitely what I'm thinking about. What about the secondary? We're going to talk ASJ. We're going to talk Dalen Everett. We're going to talk about how the secondary looked overall, like safeties, corners. Again, Green Bay didn't blow us up through the air.
No.
Again, you know, going through different tiers of players, it's hard to judge this ultimately when it's said and done. But, Mike, we gave up 9 points. We didn't give up a touchdown. Yeah. Safeties, corners certainly didn't give up a lot, and that's a big part of NFL nowadays. Yeah. You got to be able to play the pass, and you let up 9 points. That tells me you played the pass pretty good, albeit still a preseason game.
I would say this was the total inverse of every other group on defense. I thought groups 1 and 2 played phenomenal. I look at like Tyrod Taylor and Jordan Love only went for 39 yards combined.
Yeah.
ASJ played great. Robert Spears Jennings, he did well when he was out there. Jamal Dean did well when he was out there, when he was targeted. I liked the way the secondary played. I'm going to give them a B plus, A minus. And I think just as you went down the depth chart, you started to see the drop off, but it wasn't a really big drop off once you got down to that third group.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Again, for me, secondary, I got to see more, Mike. I'm going to go with the incomplete as well. I'm going to get more, I think, detailed into my grades. I'm learning. I'm definitely learning about our squad. There's things I like. There's things you don't like. There's things that you know that are going to improve. There's things that you're wondering are they going to improve. And then there's also things that you're just wondering, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen at all? And again, this comes back to the Roman and the Caleb for me. So we'll continue to watch those things. Mike, let's get to the special teams. Special teams. Yeah. Give me your grade, A, B, C, D, F, as it is a report card. Mike, what did you think about the special teams? We got to look at Boz. He was in there kicking. Also, we got to look at the backup. Cam Johnson's back. Weejan's going to be returning the ball. What do you give this Steelers special teams for last night?
Oof. I got outside of the kick and punt coverage. I was going to go like B plus, but you throw that in there, it's going to be a C minus. And that kick coverage needs fixed.
I thought all in all, I was content. I mean, it was. Listen, the coverage has to improve, of course, but again, preseason game 1. I'm going to give them just a little bit better because, of course, I wasn't expecting to see Boz. I wasn't even expecting to see Cam, to be honest with you, but we did get to see them. They did it exactly what it is that they do. They're going to continue to do exactly that as the season starts. And along with what I'm seeing from Weege and the encouragement there, I'm going to have to go higher than a C, but because of the coverage, I'm going to go with the B ultimately when it's all said and done. So I agree. On the board, it is only going to get better. Finally, Mike, two more. Coaching and overall. Let's hit the coaching. It's hard to go because everything was vanilla yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not thrilled with the way players were utilized, but that doesn't mean I'm not happy with the coaching.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see more of a couple of certain particular guys and doing certain particular things. But at the end of the day, coaching this football team, I give Mike McCarthy an A, but I would have liked to seen other players doing a little bit more perhaps last night. So for that, I have to take it down just a little bit to a C. So maybe a B overall for my coaching.
Yeah, I like the coaching, but for me, it was the penalties. And, you got it. You've been harping on it. They didn't do what you wanted them to do. That's a reflection on you.
They have to do it, though.
They have to do it, but we criticized Tomlin for it. So I'm going to be fair. I criticize Tomlin for it. I'm going to criticize McCarthy for it.
If a guy jumps off sides twice and okay, go ahead.
But hey, I'm just trying to be fair. I don't
know that it is, but I'm totally taken though. Point taken.
Hey, I'm still giving them like a B plus.
B plus, all right.
Yeah.
As far as and then we're going to go in overall, Mike. And listen, and this is just my overall.
Yeah.
My overall. Because I'm excited. I'm happy. I like the way things went last night. Was there problems? Yes. Was there things we need to improve on? Yes. I'm giving it an A overall because it was a game that I enjoyed thoroughly watching this football game. Football was back. The Steelers were back on TV. Drew Allar looked good. Weege looked good. Things looked good. Bernard looked good. Again, I don't run the team, so it didn't go the way that I think that it should with my mind. Ultimately, Mike, if I have to give a grade for the game last night, I am going to give it an A. Welcome back to Pittsburgh Steelers football, everybody.
Exactly. I'm right there with you. Just for the overall excitement and atmosphere, I'm gonna concur.
Guys, also don't forget to jump in. We're going to be getting to the votes, the results for in just a few minutes on the board. How do you feel about Mike McCarthy's performance as a coach so far? Jump in there. We'll be getting ready to get the results out to you real soon. Apologizing to the board guys. You were really killing it today. That day after game day is particularly tough because you're trying to get to everything. So many numbers, statistics, and the way breaking things down. So again, guys, I do read everything on the terrible board ultimately, and I apologize if I didn't get to your message on the air. I love to get them all out there, guys. Mike, but finally, here we go. We got to get these game balls out for the game last night. I am going to be a homer here. I said I wasn't going to do this. And again, I don't lean any way when it comes to these quarterbacks. But I have to give my game ball to Drew Allar. Everything the guy touched last night turned to gold. He runs the ball, it turned into a touchdown. He throws the ball, it turns into a 75-yard play. It throws the ball, turns into 2 more touchdowns. Everything the guy touched last night turned to gold. Midas touch for Drew Allar. Again, I said I wasn't going to be this guy. Game ball for me, Drew Allar, hands down is my game ball. And you know what? Weege isn't that far behind him.
Yeah.
But everything Allar touched turned to gold. He gets an A. He gets my game ball.
Yeah, he gets my game ball as well for excuse me, everything you said, and just watching him, the growth and development from his last year at Penn State where he looked completely lost, injury shortened season, and then from what we saw in the combine, OTAs, now what we saw him in here, he's a completely different quarterback. It's showing up out there on film. It showed up on the screen. And this kid, the arm and then the placement of the passes and then the poise, he's my game ball. Followed for me, a secondary one would be Rubio. I thought for a 6th-round pick, he played a hell of a game.
Absolutely. Let me jump in here, guys, and just welcome a bunch of people. I'm seeing new names walking through the door today. I do want to say welcome to Jonathan Harvey. You may have been by before. I can't remember 100% certain, but if not, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you. Welcome to the terrible board. Also, I do see Juicy J 413. Also, welcome back to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the terrible board. We're glad to have you guys. Again, if you haven't yet, do jump over and get on that poll. We're going to reveal the results of the poll shortly. How do you feel that Mike McCarthy is doing so far with the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys? Who's better, Drew or Howard? In my opinion, last night it was certainly Drew. Howard didn't look bad. It just didn't look as good as what Drew did. Let's continue. I'm going to just kind of grab some randoms here as I go down through. Guys, again, I don't want to miss anything. I do read them all, as I think Steel Loyal is saying. I do read them all. Ryan reads everything on the board twice. Sometimes that does happen. Also, I do want to just throw back to my man Somber. I know I was being dickish. I apologize, Somber. Let me continue forward right here. Drew played better. Can't say who was better yet. And I agree with that. I agree. Ultimately, I have to see Drew play higher echelon players. Again, he got third, fourth string, and insurance salesman were playing defense last night against him. I have to see him play a little higher and maybe give Will the chance to play against the low end as well. So that's where I'm at. But everything Drew Allar touched last night did turn to gold. So that's just kind of where I sit with that. Let me fly down through here. And as I said, I'm just going to grab some random messages. I do always try to catch them all. Just Learning. Always great seeing Just Learning in the house. Are we keeping the 4 horsemen QBs? It's gonna be interesting. I don't know, Mike. Ultimately, what do you think? Are we keeping 4 this year or no?
I don't think so. I think they're going to go 3. I think they're going to move someone, and someone's going to be either Mason or Howard.
All right. Let's go right here. Let me scoot up just a little bit more. Drew Allar, Drew Baller, Bernard Samuel. Let's go. John Harvey. I'm sorry, Jonathan Harvey says this. Travis Homer will make the team. Kidding. Somber says Allar got that rushing touchdown because of the fake to KJ, by the way, or anybody else who would have been there. But point taken. Listen, I'm happy. I'm giddy today. It is Victory Monday. Excellent game. What's that, Mike?
Victory Friday.
Yeah.
I got to come in and correct you.
That's fun too. Let's see. Let's go here. I know, Mike. Mike's amazing. Like we go through about 10,000 messages, and I try to keep them coming. And Mike hears a mistake, and he starts going. You said and not the.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the little things in life that make me happy.
Let's keep looking for some messages here. Like Mike wants, I got to keep moving forward. I got to move forward, Mike. I can't play games with you. I just can't. Let's go here. We did get the coaching grade. We did get that. Steel Loyal 42 ain't making the team. What the fuck was that blocking? Let's go to what happened to the Iowa running back play. What happened to the barely 2 carries, 3 yards to him. Also, let's go. I'm going to grab Christopher. He says A on punting and field goals, F on punt and kick return. That's where I'm at on that as well. Steel Loyal said hearing that noise coming from the beard is hilarious. Let's go right here. Some Z's and some F's given. Let's go here to yes, Russell. I'll be over there as well later on. Check out the Sox. Mike, the Red Sox are in town tonight.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Couple more, and then we got to get to this trivia question of the day. Let me grab a Somber. Somber says run blocking all 4 quarters was pretty trash. Squeege, he says this. He says, I thought overall everything went really well, kept the Packers in check. I agree. I mean, as a team, that was their team. We got starters, we got middle players, and we got again guys that won't be here in a couple of weeks. And we held our own. We went out and did our thing. Great seeing you, Squeege. Welcome back to the board as always. All right. And Mike, 2 more, and then we're going to get to the question of the day. And again, you're going to try to win. You won last week. You lost the week prior. We're going to get to that in just a second. All right. Let's go. I'm just trying to get past all the Sombers because Somber was messing with me there for a while, and I'm just trying to get past him and get to something that's different. Steeler Freak Johnny says a talented, no drama wide receiver room. No way. Also, Somber says the punt and kick coverage was abysmal. And then some grades there. All right, guys, let's get into this question of the day. But first, Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
Head on over to Dum Yinzers.com. There's going to be an article popping up here today. Some thoughts and musings about the game last night. So check that out. We also got the merch store over there. We also have links to all of our social media at the Dum Yinzers.
Go check it out. Lots of cool stuff over there, guys. www.the2dumyinzers.com. That's www.the2dumyinzers.com. Lots of cool stuff. Mike and the guys do a lot of work. Go check it out today. www.the2dumyinzers.com. Mike, it's time. Week 1, you got this question wrong. Of course, every Friday during preseason and camp, we will be doing the Duquesne Pilsner question of the day on Fridays. And in this one, we just ask that you wait till after Mike does give his answer before you put any answers on the board, just so we know that he has to come up with it on his own. So basically, I'm going to throw a question out there to you, Mike. If you get it right, you get what the good prize is. Of course, in this case of Duquesne Pilsner, right here, Mike, made in Western Pennsylvania. Grab a Duke. There's a winning prize in there, and there's a losing prize. Depending on how you do with this question of the day, depends on which one of the prizes that you do get from the Duquesne Pilsner case, Mike. So here we go. Question of the day. This is kind of a Aaron Rodgers, Steelers, Jets, and Packers question all rolled into one, because this is kind of where we're at, Mike. Yeah. So here we go. Everybody put on your thinking caps. Everybody at home, everybody on the board. Here is the question of the day. Again, let Mike get his final answer out before you do throw any guesses in. Here we go. Was Aaron Rodgers sacked more times during his first full season with the Steelers, with the Jets, or with the Packers? Was Aaron Rodgers sacked more times during his first full season with the Steelers, his first full season with the Jets, and his first full season with the Packers? His first couple years, he didn't get the playing time. He was sitting behind Brett Favre. So keep that into consideration, guys. Question of the day: which team did he have was sacked the most when he played for in his first entire season? Take a minute to think that over. We're live 5 days a week, right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. every day, right here on the Tube.
On Tube.
What is your thought process here, Mike? I'm looking for Rodgers' first year with the Jets, the Steelers, the Packers. I need to know which one of those he had sacked the most times.
Damn.
And that is the question of the day.
He played in what, year 3 or year 4, so he was not antsy, but he wasn't a rookie, but more athletic up there. Last year we had an offensive line that was up and down. He wasn't as mobile. The Jets, he was coming back from an Achilles tear, but he was getting rid of the ball quick. Fuck.
And I couldn't make it easy because, again, this is for the Duquesne Pilsner.
I'm going to go with the Packers.
The Packers. Not a bad guess. 33%, Mike. I mean, you had a third of a chance on this one, and you say the Packers. Is this your final answer?
Final answer.
Okay, guys, do feel free to throw your guesses up on the board if you do have them. I do got Mike locked in on the Packers. Again, the question of the day is this: was Aaron Rodgers sacked more during his first full season with the Steelers, the Jets, or the Packers? Mike does have the Packers. And Jamie, I do want to say what's up to you, bro. Great seeing Jamie Carlo on the board. He's saying the Packers. I see Russell saying the Steelers. Mike trying to buy time, just learning, hoping somebody wasn't going to pay attention and put the answer up there. You know Mike all too well, just learning. Let's go here. Tortilla says Steelers, Broderick Jones. That's sacked by Broderick Jones. Derpy will get you out. Also, Ty said the Packers. Mike, you said the Packers. Guys, one more moment. Throw your guesses up. Perhaps you know it, maybe you don't, or you just want to throw up a guess. Go ahead and do that, and I will give you the answer again one more time. The question of the day is this: was Aaron Rodgers sacked more times during his first full season with the Steelers, the Jets, or the Packers? I'll give you the hint right now. My hint is this: the numbers are 40, 34, and 29. Those are the three sack numbers for his first year at each of those teams. Again, Mike took the Packers, 40, 34, and 29. Steeler Freak says Packers. Just Learning says the Pack. The question of the day with the answer: was Aaron Rodgers sacked more times during his first 4 seasons with the Steelers, the Jets, the Packers? Mike took the Packers. Lots of different answers on the board. The answer is The New York Jets, he was sacked 40 times in the full season. He did play with them as a rookie, not technically a rookie, his first full season with the Packers, 34 times he was sacked. And the least amount of time sacked, Mike, was with the Pittsburgh Steelers in his first season with them last year, having been sacked 29 times. 29 times. So now, with that being said, I'll tell you this, it's not crickets. You do not have to eat crickets again. It's not going to be. It's like when the flood happened. I'm never going to kill you all again with the flood, but I'm going to kill you in other ways. Mike, of course, the winnings last week got you a beer. You got to enjoy that. And again, whatever the answer is, whatever the prize is, you will, of course, do it on Monday morning to start the show. Last week, you got to enjoy the beer. The week before, you got to enjoy crickets. Today, Mike, this is something that I said we were going to do. We never did, but I think that we're going to do it. I see the middle finger coming out already.
Oh, I just have an itch in my nose.
What can it be? It's crinkly. I hear it. It's. What is this? What could this be? Any guesses, Mike? Any thoughts?
You're gonna make me eat ho-hos?
How about this? It's not edible.
Am I gonna have to wear a condom on my head?
Yes. No, you're not gonna wear a condom on your head. Of course, guys, the prize for this week's Duquesne Pilsner. What's in a box game, trivia game like we're doing on Fridays exclusively right now during the offseason. Like I said earlier in the offseason, that you were going to have to wear a shower cap because of the safety caps that the players wear, Mike. So I would never enforce it.
Jeremy, baby.
But next week, Mike, you are going to look like Jeremy Bernard. You will have a shower cap on your head for the Monday episode, guys. You're not going to want to miss Mike with his shower cap. Mike, this is, in fact, what you did win. I have a pack of them, so don't try anything funny. There's about 10 in here, so don't try any of your funny games.
I won't try any of my funny games. I you know what? I'll take this one graciously. I will look like Jeremy Bernard on Monday.
All right, there you go. So, Mike, again, will be wearing his shower cap to replicate what Jeremy Bernard is doing with his safety cap, Mike, over his helmet. That will be Monday, first thing. Don't forget to join and check that out. Lots of things going on, Mike. Again, the Steelers wrap up week 1 in the preseason against the Green Bay Packers, taking the big win, 28-9, looking exceptionally well. Lots of good to say. Some bad stuff, but again, preseason game 1, we're going to hope that those things get improved and things start to come along a little bit for us. But as of right now, I think everybody's content with the way things went last night, myself included. And we'll be back on Monday at our regular time to get back into it, to start getting ready for that New York Jets team, Mike.
I can't wait. You know, yes, it's just preseason, but my God, these guys look good. I want to see it to continue and see the continued growth and development. I want to see things tighten up, and what perfect opponent than the lowly New York Jets.
Let's go to Mike. We also have to give these results. The results are in, guys. 53 votes. The question of the day. Mike is going to reveal the results. How do you feel about Mike McCarthy's performance so far as the head coach? The results are in. Let's take a look at what we got, guys. How do you feel about McCarthy's performance so far? 72% say damn good. 72% say they feel damn good. 15% says still too early to tell. 11% says fair, and 2% say bad. I'm pretty sure that little Joey, that was probably little Joey there on that end, Mike. His vote, because he is the Packers fan. He was in here talking all of his shit yesterday and never he showed up. He did show up. I give him that. He did show up.
I give him credit. Man. He came in, took his medicine, and left.
Absolutely. Let's grab a few more messages, Mike. Lots going on. Again, thank you so much for everybody in their participation on the poll. It seems that people are feeling pretty good right now about what's going on with the Steelers. Let me grab a couple more of these messages, and we are going to start to wrap things up for the day. Let's go here. Rodgers was the fastest in the NFL at releasing the ball, too. He sure was. Funny. Thank you, Russell. Let's go here to Tortilla. I always knew Mike was a black woman. Well, duh. Let's go here to Just Learning. He says the gays are going to love that, Mike, and you maybe could gain you a little ground in the competition you lost to Derpy in this offseason, perhaps.
You never stop grinding. You keep working and trying to get better. And whatever I have to do to win, I will do.
Let's go right here to Steeler Freak. He says Ryan found a box of Howard Johnson's shower caps in his mom's attic. Also, let's go here. And you know what? I got to be honest with you. 10 of these things. It was $1, huh? It would be crazy for us to not do this bit, Mike. Crazy. Let's continue forward. Let's go right here. 100%, Mike, is what Jamie's saying. And Somber says this. He says Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson has a right hamstring issue and will miss time, according to Saints coach Kellen Moore via Shefty. Again, always thank you for the up-to-the-date information, Somber. No matter what I say, we love you, baby. Yeah, Mike.
And Mekhi Lemon has a hammy issue as well. And there's Jeremy out there playing, looking good.
Okay, there you go. Any way you slice it, right? Jeremy's looking good. What if he didn't have that play where he broke away? Would that what would that do to your grade for Jeremy if you had a grade Jeremy today? Because that play is the one that sticks out in my mind.
Yeah. I still would have probably given him the same grade. He made the play, caught the ball, and it's gonna. I think we've been short of the first down, but not his fault. That's where the route ran him to. I'd still give him the same grade.
I just know that's what my mind goes to. When I think of what Jeremy did last night, it goes to that play. So for me, I may not have given him as good as a grade if that play hadn't happened. But again, we will learn. We're moving forward learning about this football team, Mike. It's a whole new game, whole new system. We will see. Russell says it should be yellow. It should be, you know what? If they were yellow, it might have cost more. But this is what I found. Maybe Mike's head sweat will turn it yellow. I don't know. Who knows? Let's take a look, see what's also going on here, Mike. I do want to say a few things before we do get ready to wrap it up. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they do start a series against the Boston Red Sox tonight at home. This is a 6:40 game one of three, a three-game set that goes through the weekend. Do check out the Buccos tonight at 6:40. Also, Mike, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, they're back at it. They are hosting the Charleston Battery in soccer this weekend here in Pittsburgh. If you want to check out this Pittsburgh Riverhounds play, that's 7 o'clock tomorrow. Do check that out, everybody. Again, Pittsburgh Riverhounds tomorrow, Charleston Battery, Pittsburgh Pirates, 3 games against the Red Sox starting tonight. Let's, I guess, start wrapping things up. Mike, anything before we start to do that?
I'm just happy that we had Steelers football back on there. I'm trying not to get overhyped, but my God, how could you not? The functionality of the team from top to bottom last night was night and day different from last season. And why not? It's still the offseason. Why not get hyped up and excited for what's coming down the pipe or whatever the fuck the saying is? I'm just ready for it, man. I'm ready to see live action. It needs to get here. The regular season needs to get here. I was chomping at the bit for the preseason to get here. Now it's here. I'm over and done with it after one game. I'm ready for the real deal, baby.
You know what I was thinking, though? I want to enjoy one more or two more. I'm okay with waiting a couple more weeks. As long as there's preseason football, that bye week before the season, I don't care for that. But, Mike, as long as we can watch the games and not have the heart attacks in these first couple the way we do through the following 17, a couple more weeks like this is going to kind of condition us, I think. But I think so. It's going to be here quicker than you know, baby.
But I need real football now.
Jamie says this: Jeremy worked hard during the offseason. Tyson and Lemon, not so much. Steeler freak John. John says this. He says the offensive line must dominate the run and give Rodgers one more second to throw. Easily written, but it appears very difficult for them. Again, thank you, John. Great seeing you back on a terrible board. Let's go here to Jamie. Sick Jones says the Steelers. Jamie says go Buccos, F the Red Sox. Jamie, of course, there you go. Russell says great show. We appreciate that. Thank you. And again, thank you for stopping over. Finally, great to talk to you, Russell. And, of course, Jamie, wrapping it up there on the board, my man. As always, salute to you. Guys, a few things before we do wrap things up. Football. When you watch football, drinking beer, it just seems to go hand in hand. As we just did the Duquesne Pilsner trivia question of the day. Mike, Duquesne Pilsner, that's a big part of our game plan. When we watch football games, we always got Duquesne Pilsner on tap right here at the studio for every game that comes along, Mike. The guys always help us out over there, so we like to do the same for them. Just suggesting maybe swing by, hit the follow button, check out the people at Duquesne Pilsner. If you're not a big drinker, swing over and hit the button anyway. I'm sure they'll certainly appreciate it, guys. Made right here in Western Pennsylvania. We always have it in the studio. No questions asked. Made right here in Pennsylvania, Mike. Western Pennsylvania. It says on the can, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
Do go check them out, as I mentioned, over on social media. While you're there, check us out as well. We're available on Facebook, X formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Swing by and hit the follow button. Keep up with what's going on with the two Dum Yinzers on a day-to-day basis. And if you have not yet, do hit the like button down below. Hit the like button, the sub, the share, leave a comment. It all helps, guys, pushing the show out in the algorithm to be caught by more eyes, more Yinzers, more Steeler Nation to grow the show. We certainly would appreciate it. Thank you so much. And finally, everything is free that I just said. Anything that you hit, anything that you join, it's all free. We don't ask you for anything, but we do have the separate membership, guys. If you do want to be a part of that, it's $1.99 for a month. No obligations. You could cancel at any time. Guys, it is month by month. So if you want to join in on that and get involved with some of these awesome emojis, emoticons, whatever we want to call them here on this show, we do have a variety of different things going on. There is the Vanilla Thunders. There's also the Naked Derpies. Also, there is the Terrible Towel, the show's logo, a bunch of the game ball, of course, emoji, a lot of the catchphrases from the show. Also, guys, again, that is only $1.99 a month. You could cancel on that at any time, but again, it is a lot of fun. Everybody on the board has been enjoying it. Mike, also, what else do we got going on?
I don't know. What else do we got going on? I think
we got a weekend. We got a weekend, and the Steeler win came at the beginning of the weekend, where sometimes you have to wait to the end of the weekend to get your Steeler game, and you don't get to enjoy it so much when they win. Guys, it's Victory Friday. It's going to be Victory Saturday, Victory Sunday. As I even mentioned earlier by mistake, Victory Monday. Guys, all the way up until next week as we start getting ready for the Jets, and we'll be back first thing on Monday, too. Start getting ready for those Jets, and also keep up to date on any information by the Pittsburgh Steelers, anything up to date. And the Pittsburgh Steelers will be wrapping up their time at St. Vincent College in Latrobe on Monday, Mike, as they do wrap up Monday and head back to the South Side to continue practicing for the Jets. And then after that, we travel up to Buffalo, and then it's go time, baby. So it's here. So lots of reason to be excited about your team. Things are looking good. Players are looking good. So we can't wait to get back at it on Monday. Mike, your thoughts today's show? Anything stand out to you?
I did not think there would be a fierce debate on who the last running back would be.
I didn't either, and I didn't even think I would care, to be honest with you.
Right? Like I did not know we that was a touchy subject for people.
It is very touchy.
I was like, it was like almost JPJ level of discourse. I did not realize that you learn something new every day.
So there you go. Third string running backs. Who would have thunk it? But thank you, Sick. You have a great weekend as well, bro. Keep your balls wrapped. I want a peaches emoji. That could certainly be done. It is football season. Derpies and peaches is always in the mix when the balls start getting thrown around. Also, Jamie says, thanks, Ryan and Mike. Steve Monday, my man. Thank you as well. You have a great weekend. Sick Jones with the terrible towels. And the TJ Watts also on the emojis, guys. It's a lot of fun. Hope everybody's having fun using them. Guys, I do want to say we'll be back Monday. Hope everybody has a great weekend, a safe weekend. Enjoy some football. Watch some of these other preseason games. We have them tonight. We have them tomorrow. No football games on Sunday. So, again, we will catch up on everything Monday and start getting ready for the Jets. I do want to say this. Russell says, did they complete the Bills' new stadium? I don't know what the hell is going on up there, to be honest.
I think they did.
Did they?
Yeah. I think that's where they played their preseason opener.
Okay, gotcha. Also, I do want to say thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everybody on the board. You guys keep the show interesting all the time. You are the lifeblood of this show. I always say it. I always mean it. And I don't care who you are, what your opinion is. Or even if you don't care what is being said, at the end of the day, I don't care. I thank every single one of you. You all play such a big part of this show, and you keep this show driven. Guys, again, always game balls to the terrible board, and that's every single one of you. Thank you so much. Finally, Mike, I do want to say thank you to everybody that's at home watching, maybe listening in the car, watching, listening in your earbuds in the gym, or even sitting in the stall in your bathroom trying to get this last 10 minutes of work done. Listening to the show and commenting. We want to thank you too. Again, everybody will be back Monday. I hope everybody has a safe weekend. Enjoy yourself. Again, we won. I guess we could breathe a little bit, but we'll be back to get back into everything on Monday from top to bottom and start getting ready for those Jets, Mike, as Aaron Rodgers' other former team will be coming to town for a second week in a row.
Oh, man.
Steeler Freak says
The
yes,
revenge
Bill
tour
Brady's done.
keeps going, baby. The
What's
revenge
that?
tour. The Aaron Rodgers revenge tour keeps going.
This Aaron Rodgers revenge tour is going to finish with a Super Bowl championship on Valentine's Day. Sure hope it does. We're feeling optimistic, though. After day one, game 1 of 20 on the schedule, 3 preseason, 17 regular season. Guys, we got 1 out of the way in good shape, and we'll be getting ready for 2. Hopefully get that one next week as well as we start to continue to prepare for the regular season just around the corner. Thank you, Russell, as well. My man, bless you, sir. Love you as well, guys. Everybody on the board. Again, thank you so much, guys. We don't just say that. We mean it, guys. Mike, one more time, I'm going to come back to you. Anything? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Just have a great weekend, everyone. I can't wait to see you all back here Monday morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
All right. He said it. There you go, guys. We'll hope to see everybody back on Monday to get back into it. Again, enjoy Victory Friday. I know I'm going to be running these big plays that I seen last night over my head all through the weekend, so I know you guys will be too. We'll get back to it on Monday. Again, enjoy your football. Stay safe. Have fun. Most important, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. To Derpy, for Finch, for Chop, for RB, for Mike, myself, the 2 Dum Yinzers. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.